Hello everyone, my name is Pixelriffs. Welcome to Choppin' Tuesday, Minecraft Dungeons Edition. And oh boy, here we are. It is time. It is time to return to this. And I did not think we would be here so soon. I know I said that streams would be Minecraft Dungeons for the foreseeable, or regular Minecraft for the foreseeable future, and we wouldn't touch Minecraft Dungeons for a while, but then I've had a bit of a breakthrough as far as the strategy goes for the Archillager boss fight, so I think we're going to attempt it today. I had a run at it before the stream casually, and I got to the second stage of the boss fight. So, I think, in theory, we can make this happen, folks. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Phantom, for the 3 months of support. The resub, very much appreciated. We're going to be punching some bosses today, or rather burning some bosses. Let me take you through what I've been working on here. So, we have a few weapons. I discovered earlier this week, or I guess last week now, that I was having trouble getting higher level gear from the blacksmith and the wandering trader, and it was because I wasn't equipping enough weapons to get myself to a high enough power level when I returned to the camp that they would end up giving me higher level stuff. So I've had to do a little bit of, like, logging in and out with the weapons. I equip all the weapons, I go to an area of the map, and as you'll see it says, like, gear and artifact power 30 through 37. I have to quit the level from there and then come back to the camp to get some higher level stuff. What that means is I've now acquired a few higher level things. We still have Barefist Steve's traditional Ember robe, which has surprise gift and what was it? Surprise gift and cooldowns. So we're going to be using that throughout this run to generate a bunch of potions. I now have a few other options, and the reinforced mail I think I may end up scrapping because it wasn't all that great. But this thing has 35% damage reduction, 30% chance to negate hits, and potion barrier. Potion barrier is going to be the key to this whole strategy. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. We also have a unique armor called the Cave Crawler. It's the unique version of the Spelunker armor, which has cooldown and burning, and the burning enchantment on this does 16 damage to all enemies in melee range every 0.5 seconds. So every 2 seconds it does 32 damage. And I also have the same thing on this wolf armor, which does 34 damage every second, and also has potion barrier. So potion barrier is really good, guys, because for 9 seconds after you've used a healing potion, you basically take only 10% damage, which is going to be crucial to this entire run. But I've decided to redevelop the strategy a little bit. A lot of it is now based on basically getting in there and allowing the burning aura to take out enemies for us, which is kind of a shame in a way because the whole punching thing is kind of downplayed, but the amount of HP these enemies have combined with how much damage they do to you makes just doing 1 or 2 damage at a time kind of untenable. And we were already using the burning enchantment anyway through the Ember robe, so I thought we're just upgrading that. basically. So this is now Burnfist Steve. Yes, you're right, Double Nickel. This is definitely Burnfist Steve. So, yeah, effectively we are still not using weapons. The strategy has changed slightly, and I sort of feel like maybe it would be a lot easier if we just used the elemental rolling things like Electrified or whatever, it's like Fire Trail and stuff like that. But I think we can do pretty well as is. So the strategy to start off with is going to be Windhorn and Boots of Swiftness. Hello? There we go. Boots of Swiftness and a regen totem. This regen totem is the highest level an artifact can possibly be for me at this stage because there is a power cap. You'll notice Steve is level 54 as well. The power level cap means that it cannot trade me artifacts that are a higher level than 39, and 39 is ultra rare. It normally gives me stuff between 30 and 37, so a little bit difficult, but we're going to give it a try. We're going to start off with the wolf armor because that is the key to our strategy, and without further ado, we're going to get into it. I've also unlocked Underhalls, so if we don't have a good run of Obsidian Pinnacle, I'm going to go to Underhalls, see what that's about. I've never played the level before. I've loaded it a couple of times and then left again. But we're going to be on default 5 because lower difficulty is good for this playthrough. You'll notice my power level, despite the fact that I don't have any weapons equipped, is still level 18, which is only 1.4 times difficulty for this level. Let's see how we do. Underhalls, is that where the gnomes live? I mean, potentially, yes. And yeah, I've been AFK farming levels using a set of spawners that I found in whatever the level is, redstone mines. Okay, so this looks like a tricky start, but we'll be able to do it. So what we're going to do is run in here, Windhorn, chug a potion, and then stand as close to these guys as possible, not taking all that much damage at all thanks to the potion barrier. We can probably get in a couple of punches as well, and then we're going to have to retreat. And then unfortunately the cooldown isn't a great thing on this set of armor because it doesn't have the cooldown enchantment. So we are going to have to run around, evade these guys for a little while, use those swiftness boots, make sure we have a large enough area that we can avoid them so we can drop a totem of regeneration, and then we're basically doing what we were doing with these guys before, where we can air horn them to slow them down a little bit and potentially get the drop on them, but having 3 of them at once is not great. So hopefully we can get in close, do a couple of damage to each of them, take that potion, and now we have potion barrier back up. Our health is up to maximum, and we can get in there and do a decent amount of damage. So yeah, 17 damage every 0.5 seconds is definitely a winning strategy, because it's way more damage than we can do just by punching using Deathcap Mushroom and Strength Potions. So this is going to be the strategy. Basically, we're going to work our way through the level this way until we get to the final section with the Arch Illager. Then we're going to swap to the armor that can generate us a bunch of potions using Surprise Gift. We're going to try and get a bunch of those before the boss battle, and then we're going to use them throughout the boss battle while wearing different armor. And hopefully that's going to work out for us. I think the next step here is going to be to go in and take out the Enchanter, who is empowering those pillagers. So let's get to it. There's a lot of them, but we can take these guys out pretty quickly. They don't have a lot of health. And we can take out one more, and then we have to leg it, because otherwise this Royal Guard is going to have a piece of us. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Only one Royal Guard at this point. A Pillager is coming towards me as well. My hair looks like yours. I know my hair is a giant mess right now. Not to say your hair is a giant mess, but mine definitely is. I really need a haircut. But since my barber is closed, I probably will not be able to get one for a little while. Yeah, the burning aura on this armor is so much better than the one on the Ember Robe, because the one on the Ember Robe does 1 damage per hit. It's such a small thing. It would probably do more if the armor wasn't level 6, but there you go. I've tried my best to get another Ember Robe, but it's so hard to get them to drop, so I've not really been able to do that. Right, this Pillager is not going to be too much of a problem if I just air horn and stand next to him for a second or two. We'll throw a couple of punches just for effect. And let's... Okay, the game just entirely crashed. Thanks. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright. That's the first time that's ever happened. Apparently Barefist Steve is just too powerful for the game now. Alright, we're back. Yeah, that is literally the first time I've ever had this game crash. Sorry if that's super loud now. I find that the intro graphics and stuff are super loud compared to the rest of the game. Alright, here we go. We're back in. Barefist Steve returns. You can't stop him. I had some login issues last night as well. The launcher was just like loading up and then crashing every time. But I managed to get those fixed, which is a good thing because now I have this strategy. I guess we're still good to go. Yet now you'll notice that when I go to these levels, the artifact power doesn't go higher than 29 because last time I returned to the camp, which was just now, I didn't have any weapons equipped. So if we go to, let's say, Underhalls right now. And then we quit back to the camp. This is the process by which I have gotten myself some decent gear. Mojang doesn't want you to finish. It's a conspiracy. Like to see them try. Now when we go back to Obsidian Pinnacle, 30 to 37 on that difficulty, which isn't really necessary, but I don't think it makes the enemies in the level any harder, and it's also just a good thing to have a loot that drops at that level. But yeah, maybe we get a slightly better start over here. We will find out. But you guys know the drill by now, so I'm just going to get right to it. Gentlemen, hello. Oh, this is the best possible start, because with these guys, you can just chug a potion, and then they'll kill themselves on you. Throw a few punches just for fun, for old time's sake. There we go. And then we use the Shadow Brew here to gather all of them around me, where once again, they should all just take damage and die. Nice. We did pretty well there. You can trash that. And there is also a strategy whereby you can just run around in a circle. It works better if you have swiftness potions, because they will still be able to take a swing at you, but that's a nice easy way of getting rid of multiple enemies at once. So yeah, that's the strategy if you don't have Royal Guards. Royal Guards are a pain because their attacks will knock you back. They do tons of damage, and they will, like, march towards you. Plus you have the shields. It's kind of a pain. What are we doing? We are trying to beat Minecraft dungeons without using any weapons. Where the strategy is mainly have burning on your armor and walk into everything. Like that. Occasionally we are still going to use the Wind Horn to blow some enemies off the side, like we did with that guy. And there are some enemies who will still get stun-locked by repeated punches, which is going to be very useful. Hey, we're level 55 now. Did not expect that to happen on this stream, but here we are. Honestly, didn't ever expect to get to level 55 at all, but well, that is the deal right now.
That's just Prime.
Matt Coleman, I assume that is Matt and not Mole. Thank you so much for the 2 months of Twitch Prime. Alright, gonna have to get out of the fire zone here. Alright. The gauntlets count as weapons. They do. I can't get gauntlets until the next playthrough because they are not available until Adventure difficulty. So I'm planning on continuing this into Adventure and Apocalypse difficulty with gauntlets only if we can beat the game on default. But the fact is, the main point of this challenge is to beat the game on default difficulty without using weapons at all. And you can't get gauntlets until later in the game. Some people have said that they have got them to drop if they play Desert Temple or Cacti Canyon, I think. If they play those on default, but it's not happened for me, so... The advantage of this wolf armor as well, because it's level 35, it has way more health. Like this stuff, the Ember Robe gives me plus 20 health, this gives me plus 233. So it is kind of better. Alright, let's chug a potion, let's go in. You'll notice how little damage I'm taking here, even though there's a ton of pillagers firing at me. That is the power of Potion Barrier in this instance. We should hopefully be able to take out a few more of these guys before I need to retreat again, because they don't really do huge amounts of damage, and you can just stand next to them and they will try and run away from you because they're ranged attackers, so that typically helps a little bit. But yeah, we're going to have to fall back a little bit. Large crowds are not great with this strategy. Notice the health was way higher than last time. Yes. By the way, for folks who don't know, because it's not really something you can do on consoles or other platforms, if you're playing with a controller, on Windows 10, you can hover the mouse cursor here, over your health and then switch back to controller input just by using the controller, and it will keep the health number there, which is kind of useful to see. I'm not using the TNT right now because I plan on getting some more of that later, and the more we can have going into stuff like the final boss fight, the better. Oh, there's another ton of enchanters over there. Let me take a potion real quick. We'll stand amid all of these guys, and if any of them drop Shadow Brews, that's always really useful, because enemies, when you have Shadow Brew, tend to forget what their AI normally does, and they can't back away from you because they don't know where you are. So that will easily gather a bunch of enemies around you because they walk towards the source of whatever damaged them, and that was me. So a lot of the time I'll be able to gather enemies around me in large quantities and just dispatch all of them. I'm also going to gather some emeralds while we're here, because having a few emeralds to get some more potentially armor trades when we get back to the camp is going to be great. I will be avoiding a lot of the mini-boss battles that take place throughout this level. The goal is to beat the Arch-Illager, so once redstone golems and stuff start popping up, I'm going to avoid them at all costs. There is one that also generates during the boss fight, so I'm not sure how we're going to deal with him, but I never really got that far. What's the name of the final boss? Heart of Ender. Can mobs shoot each other? No. Friendly fire is off for mobs, which is unfortunate, because if it wasn't, then you could just stand in the middle of all of these pillagers and have them unload into each other, which would be a lot better for strategies like this. Alright, we should be able to take care of this crowd now. This is where the spring level starts. Oh, we got a Shadow Brew there. Fantastic. I'll save that for a second. Load up that Totem of Regeneration, grab the apple, and we are clear for this platform. Very good. You can just speedrun your way through the level as well, but there's a chance for you to get swarmed by mobs and not be able to get out, especially on these sections where you have to spring to different platforms. So my strategy has basically always been to try and clear out as much of the level as I can first. That way you also have an area to retreat to in the event that the next platform becomes a little bit too hectic for you. I'm missing the longer cooldown of the Ember Robe, but that's fine, because a lot of the time I can clear out enemies much faster this way. Do you think the final boss in this game could be a boss in vanilla Minecraft? I don't think so. I think the way it is organized, the kind of arena layout for it, just really doesn't make much sense. By the way, we just Mario stomped that pillager, which was a lot of fun to do. Occasionally you can do that. Oh gosh, right, this guy's enchanted now. I don't know what enchantments he has. Probably, yeah, he has fast attack. This is the worst case scenario for me. But luckily Potion Barrier is making it so I take very little damage. Like 3 damage per hit from a Royal Guard? Get out of here. This is how we turn the tables on the Arch-Illager. Yeah, there's enchanters around another Royal Guard up there. So I'm going to wait. This is a kind of annoying part of it, but I'm going to have to wait until my health potion reloads. That way I will have Potion Barrier when I go into those guys, and this should be a much more pleasant experience. So there's a little bit of waiting involved, but I don't think this is nearly as slow as the strategy we had last time I tried this. Do I stream daily? No. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 3 PM UK time normally. I'm starting an hour early today because we have a quiz that we're doing online tonight. Anyway, let's get rid of these guys. And the Royal Guard should be a lot easier to handle. Especially now I have regeneration. Look at this guy. We can just lead him around in circles. And yeah, he slowly gets taken out. I really wish there was a better way to punch, but there is not, sadly. You take quizzes. A friend of mine does a like a pub quiz kind of thing, and he was going to be doing pub quizzes before COVID hit, and they closed all the pubs. So he and his friends, basically to kind of keep their trivia skills sharp, basically do a pub quiz style thing via Zoom every week. Hey, Mark is here. Hello, mate. How are you? We're trying to beat Minecraft Dungeons without weapons. It's going splendidly well so far. Mainly involving use of the burning enchantment and trying to give these guys the runaround, which works very well because they're real slow. Welcome to the Barefist Steve playthrough. Oh gosh, they're springing Vindicators on me now. Surprising no one. Alright. Interested to see how it goes. I got to the Heart of Ender boss fight. Like, I got to the second stage of the Arch-Illager. I hope you guys enjoy the stream title today. I don't know if it's updated for everybody, but yeah, I thought that was a bit of fun. Alright, this is the problem. This is where we have to start rolling back down here, and I'm on a wall. Can I roll off? I can. Good. That happened to Joel during the boss fight, and he was unable to leave the wall, so Sent the tweet about the journey off to the team. I know that I was impressed. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really glad that some folks are enjoying this. So now we're going to take a potion. Oh, that guy just got bounced right back at me. But that's fine, because I can just burn my way through a lot of these guys. We've got 2 TNT now. That's looking good. Drop a regen totem. Use the air horn. I think one guy... Oh, no, one guy ended up just on the platform below. And he's... Oh, he tried to come back, and then he went into the void. Great stuff. All right, let's hit the swiftness. Head back down here to take care of these guys. One guy goes off into the void. The other guys can get burnt. You're burnt. All right, this platform is clear. Give or take this guy who seems intent on following me, apparently. Let's see if we can get him off onto this section again. Oh, this air horn is actually... Or I keep calling it the air horn. It's actually the wind horn, but air horn is funnier. This wind horn is better than the one I had last time. Last time the air horn had like a 4-block push range. This one has 5. So this is really good for the strategy in general. Okay, which way does it want us to go? Is it this way? I guess so. Huh. Alright, 3 of those guys in the void. That's thinned the herd here a little bit. Got a strength potion. Let's do some punching. Alright, we have a shadow brew as well. Looks like we won't need it for these 2, but I love that. I love being able to just air horn them into the void. It's so good. Oh, we got a soul crossbow from that guy. Let's trash some of that. Getting a few emeralds here as we go. I've kept some of the other artifacts, and we are going to be using the Totem of Shielding if we get to the second stage of the boss fight, but we will see. We'll see how far we get. Barefist Steve Reborn, yes, Jellyfish. Haven't played D&D this week. We'll be getting to that at some point next week, hopefully. But it's just been a busy week, what with planning this charity stream that's going to be happening. Fundraising stream on June 20th. And all of the other stuff we're getting done. I've not had the time, unfortunately, to plan more D&D yet. Alright, you can get punched. And... Alright, so it wants us to go around this L shape and then bounce over. Alright, let's do this. Should be able to just burn these guys out. Get that totem up to keep the health, because that takes half the time to cool down that the potions do. Imagine flame being a potion effect. Imagine, I know. How much TNT can you stack on your head? Up to 3. And if we get to the point where we have 3 on our head and a 4th one drops, I will probably use the 3 on my head, even if we haven't got to the boss fight yet. Imagine flame on a crossbow. Yes, I have 333 health. It's 100 plus whatever your armor gives you. Like the base health value that the player has is 100. For a challenge named Barefist Steve, you aren't doing a lot of punching. I know, and that's kind of the problem. I really wish there was a way of upgrading your punching without getting gauntlets. But as far as the HP that the enemies here have, it's so much more efficient to use an enchantment like Burning. And I've kind of given myself a bit of a loophole in that... Yeah, there we go, we got a 3-stack. I give myself a loophole in the rules of this challenge, where originally I said no rolling, and Burning does not obviously include rolling at any point. So, yeah, I'm sort of abusing that loophole, but then it's just such a useful enchantment, and it means dealing with crowds, which is the big problem with the final boss fight here, is so much easier. Why do I just run through and not get hit? The problem is you get hit a lot. If you just try and speedrun your way through the level, even with swiftness potions and the swiftness boots, there are sections where you will end up getting swarmed by enemies and not being able to move. And also there are sections like this bit coming up here, which are arena fights that you have to clear before you move on. So eventually you find yourself having to deal with enemies. Like there's a checkpoint here, this gate comes up, like so, and then a bunch of enemies will spawn here that I have to fight. So it's not enough to just speedrun your way through this, you have to be able to deal with mobs. Like this guy. So that enchant is gone, which is useful. We're going to do a little bit of punching here, and I'm going to throw down a regen token just to deal with the aftermath of this. And I'm going to make my exit. Just for safety, because I have lost a couple of lives on my earlier attempts to do this section, and I don't want to end up running into issues here. So, waiting for these guys to disperse a little bit, waiting for my cooldowns to come back, drop a regen totem just to heal up the health. Is this a game I'm going to play for a long period of time? On streams? No. This is, in theory, potentially one of the last streams I will do from Minecraft Dungeons, because if we beat the Arch-Illager without using weapons. That is my personal challenge for this game done, and I'll probably just be playing it casually off camera after that. Let's get the Windhorn back, deal with this guy, drop another totem, and I really wish we could push that guy off the edge, but the Windhorn doesn't refresh fast enough if I don't have cooldown enchants. Strength potion! We can punch twice as hard now. Hello! Yeah, burning is doing most of the work there, but the punching really can't be understated. Can you get efficiency 5 or fortune 3 from villager trades? Yes, of course you can. You can get anything from villager trades. Up to and including Thorns 3. Have I beaten the secret Moo level? No, I have not. Basically, as soon as I finished regular Minecraft dungeons on default difficulty, I started this challenge. Which some have considered might be a bad move. But I think I'm fine. So I haven't seen everything this game has to offer, but I'll probably be doing a lot of it in my own time. Strength plus Death Cap Mushroom is OP. It is if you have normal weapons. Right now, though, we are feeling the pinch a little bit. But that is almost this checkpoint done. We haven't lost any lives yet. Health is looking good. We can heal up. Dungeons is a lot of fun, but unfortunately there's not much content to put out from it. I think the problem is just everyone playing it, and there being a story mode, all of the levels being roughly the same, give or take procedural elements. Like, once you've seen the game once, there is less variety to be had from seeing it another time, whereas, obviously, with core Minecraft, everybody has a different approach to playing the game, and plays differently, builds different stuff. How often do I post Skyblock? Every other episode with Minecraft Survival Guide. But I don't have a schedule right now because I've been just trying to take it a little bit easier. A lot of people tend to slow down their content in times of great stress just so that they can have some more time to themselves, and that is what I have been doing. Because times right now be stressful. Alright, we've still got some potion barriers to take care of these guys. We can Windhorn that guy so he attacks less frequently. Just give these guys the runarounds. Enchanter over there should not be a problem. There we go. And we can grab an apple from him, Windhorn you, and just run around until he keels over. Nice. Not too bad. What do I think is the hardest boss? Definitely the final boss. Having a 2-stage boss fight, and there not being many ways to take care of him. Unfortunately for Barefist Steve, the boss kind of favors you having a ranged attack approach. Is there a max inventory space in dungeons? I think there is. I think it's something like 32 items, but like, it doesn't let you scroll down past that point if you don't have an inventory full of stuff anyway. Alright, let us move on. I'm going to ignore that enchanter completely. Oh, hello. Okay, power the beacon. So this is another segment where we will have to get up close and personal with a couple of these guys because you can't progress without it. And this is a problem because, yeah, they kind of cornered me there for a second. That is the situation I don't want to get in with these guys, where they will end up shoving me into a corner and attacking me unavoidably. And there is a fail-safe strategy for that, where I can just roll off the edge of a platform and it will reset my position without actually killing me. But I don't want to do that if I can manage it, so we'll try and burn our way through this guy pretty quick. I don't have potion barrier back up quite yet, but that guy's done. Oh, we have another TNT. Great, so I get to use this one. Fun! Come at me, bros! Nice. Is that everyone? Almost. There's a couple of royal guards behind there that just didn't aggro on me yet. Haha! Barefist Steve is faster than you! Yeah, swiftness is the key with these guys. They tend to turn kind of slowly, especially if you use the Windhorn on them. There we go. Nice. There's a little bit of stuff down here that I won't get into. And at this point I can probably potion barrier just to take care of these. It would be a lot better if I just took care of the enchanter first, though. Okay, let's get the beacon while we're here. Just casually. Take care of the ranged attackers, and step away. In fact, this guy's wandering closer to this intersection here, so I'm just going to take care of him as well. Heal up. Out of curiosity and with effectively no ability to make it happen, what sorts of things would you like to see in the DLC? I still think there's so much still to plumb the depths of from Minecraft itself. Like the Nether and the End would be super cool to see as DLC add-ons, and all of the stuff that comes with them. Some sort of like infinite wave survival thing to earn loot would be kind of cool. And like the more waves you survive, the more loot you end up getting. But I don't know. There's a lot of other stuff. Chat, Mark IRL is in the stream, and he is one of the community managers. And I believe, like, hasn't your role changed recently? I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with that stuff, but I think you're now working more closely with the games team, right? Like the folks who develop stuff like this and the board games and whatnot. So, yeah, sorry if I didn't get your job description quite right, but throw your ideas at this man. Do it gently, though. Be kind. Do I prefer Streamlabs OBS or normal OBS? I've been using Streamlabs for a while, and it doesn't work for some people, but I've had very few problems with it. Although their events feed is kind of annoying, so I've started using the actual Streamlabs website for that, just integrated. Content manager, now you're working with Marketplace, and you're a producer on new games, which is Dungeons, board games, and anything new. Great. Yeah, that's what I was trying to, that's the thoughts I was trying to assemble in my head. But I'm also trying to figure out how to beat all of these guys, so... Okay, that's that. There's a strength potion there on fire. I'm going to drink it anyway. Warmed it up on the fire for me. There we go. Love a good warm strength potion. It's basically what tea is for me at this point. Some emeralds. Don't mind if I do. I mind if you do, though. Get out of here. And you. You're dead too. Community manager would have been cool. I feel like you do a bit of community management stuff just via, like, talking to people on Twitter and things anyway. I know if it's not your official job title, that's different, but just fielding responses from people on Twitter occasionally. Alright, I think this part is now the part that we can speedrun. We can just use the swiftness boots to get through, because we don't need to fight these redstone golems at all. We can just head for the objective. And this section here is potentially where the strategy changes. I'm going to heal up here, I'm going to switch to the Ember Robe, and I'm going to see if we can get ourselves a Swiftness Potion, because if we can make it through this inside segment a lot faster, and hopefully not lose any lives doing it. What game mode and difficulty? This is default difficulty level 5, and I'm currently trying to beat the game without any weapons equipped. To heck with those redstone golems, I say 3 in a row is brutal sometimes. Yeah, especially if you're using ranged attacks on them, and then you get to the boss, and you're like, wait a minute, I have no arrows. Can get a little bit frustrating, but yeah, the Arch Illager fight, you kind of need all your wits about you, and the redstone golems tend to pummel you down. Tom Chronic with 100 bits. Looks like you got here just in time. Can't wait to see this. I was able to beat it just the other day, and it was awesome. Awesome stuff. Congrats on the win. And strength potion. Still probably not great. Let's try one more, and we'll try it without if we don't get one. That is just a strength potion, right? I don't see a swiftness potion, like, hidden in there. Sometimes their models overlap, but because they have different shaped bottles, you can usually tell which is which. Which is another great thing for accessibility as well, because if you're colorblind and you can't tell the difference between, you know, red and blue, red and green, then it's kind of nice to see that they have different shaped bottles instead of all being the same thing. They're also not like potions in regular Minecraft where you can't tell what it is because the enchantment color just makes everything look purple. Ideally, we'd get a swiftness and a shadow brew. Another strength potion, really? Okay. I guess we're going in strong. Let me switch to Cave Crawler, because this one gets me a pet bat, which can also serve as a bit of a distraction. We have Boots of Swiftness and the Windhorn, and the cooldown on this should be faster than Wolf Armor. So hopefully we shouldn't have to worry about Potion Barrier being a thing. Let's do this. Hello. So we get more of a... Whoa, there we go. Yep. Excuse me, sirs. Excuse me, sirs. Out of the way, please. Thank you. Yeah, we are going to need to do a little bit of bobbing and weaving, a little bit of rolling, ducking and diving, and the objective marker in here moves around a lot. Yep, this isn't looking great. Yikes, somebody there has chilling. This is not good. Chilling is not good for me right now. Okay, we're clear. We have a little bit of breathing room. Oh, yeah, chilling is the worst enchantment to run into when you're trying to speedrun your way through sections like this. Where is the objective marker now? It keeps moving. Okay, we need to get to the exit here. Let's grab some... I missed the bread. Never mind. We're out. Okay, we made it. Good job. No lives lost yet. And none of them follow you through the door, of course. Let's switch back to the wolf armor for potion barrier, and this is the climb. So this next section here is going to be a bunch of enemies up till we get to a series of staircases. At the top of those staircases is the boss fight. We're making pretty good time. I've been playing through this kind of carefully, but we're only half an hour in, and I'm already basically like at the point where we're going to be fighting the boss fairly soon. So this is exciting. Let's see how we do. We need to get past these redstone golems first, but they're nice and easy. The windhorn slows them down massively, so if you have the windhorn on you and you're having trouble with redstone golems, just yeah, hit the windhorn and you should have no problem. Swiftness potion is nice, thank you for that. Let's hop over here and deal with these guys while we still have the potion barrier up a little bit. Good, good. Shadow Brew is excellent for the next platform. Yeah, the ideal situation is that these guys drop potions a whole bunch, because then you will end up with a lot of very useful buffs. Yeah, we'll need the Shadow Brew for this next section. Watch this. This is fun. Don't even need to go in with a health potion. We can just gather them all around me, and they drop like flies, including the Royal Guard. And another Shadow Brew drops. We can just drink that. Royal Guard gets finished off without us having to throw a punch, which obviously Barefist Steve likes to do, but... can use it to take out the enchanter. Not bad. Oh, this guy. Once again, they are springing Vindicators on me. All right, all right, all right. This next section is looking a little dicey, but we have a potion barrier we can pull. We can air horn a bunch of them off the cliff. Drop a regen totem. Heal up from anything that attacks me. That's most of them done. Let's take care of this enchanter as well. Was hoping that we'd be able to just yeet him off the side, but nope, that has worked out pretty well for us. Anyone else? Looks like we are good. Okay, the climb starts over there. Basically, once we roll down off this platform, I think the next section has the staircases. So we are looking good here, people. Save you from breaking your knuckles, I guess? Yeah. I mean, Steve punches trees a lot, but after a while, you got to automate some of this stuff, right? Jonas, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, Jonas. All right, let's gather some of these guys around me. Make sure we can burn a bunch of them up while we have the chance. Nice. And we got a couple of enchanted Vindicators, so we can just kite down the platform until they become disenchanted. Nice, before they even manage to hit me. Good! Every enemy is a tree now because Steve keeps punching them. Exactly. When all you have are fists, everything looks like a tree. Started playing Skyblock because of the videos, by the way. Love them. Thank you. Whole fist fighting a wolf armor goes together well. It does. It really does. You feel like a kind of beast mode attacker here. Okay, so this is the start of the staircases that I was talking about. We will have a few more enemies to contend with here, but hopefully we can get them all into a short area here, and there we go, they're all done. We can punch this guy a little bit more. He's taken care of. Nothing around here in terms of chests and stuff to collect. There'll be a few more Vindicators coming down the steps, but we can deal with them one at a time. I've never bothered trying to roll over to that platform over there, where I know there is an emerald pot right now, and there might be a hidden chest or something. There is one secret to find on this map, and I assume it is there, but it might be something indoors. Steve has basically become One Punch Man. He's become Several Punch Man. I really wish it was One Punch, but unfortunately the boss ain't going to go down that easy. Alright, and at the top of these steps, which I think there are no more enemies up to this point, here we are at the entrance to the boss fight. Now, this is going to work a little differently to how it did last time, because what we're going to end up doing is switching out to the Ember Robe, hopping up on here, but then not going any further than about halfway across this platform, because at that point, you end up triggering the Arch-Illager fight. What we're going to do instead, because this armor has Surprise Gift, is try and generate a bunch of potions. So this is going to be a slower portion of the stream. We're just going to be able to hang out and chat. And I'm going to do this for maybe like 10 minutes. 5 minutes worth of potions was enough to get me to the second stage of the fight, but I do think I will need them once we get there. And I'll discuss the strategy a little bit here. The idea is we're going to start with Wolf Armor so we can get Potion Barrier against all of the ads that he spawns in, all of the extra Pillagers and Vindicators. And then later on, he's going to spawn a Redstone Golem. I have no idea how we're going to deal with that. We are probably going to have to avoid it a lot. But the rest of the time, we're going to be using Cave Crawler for a little bit of extra cooldown, Totem of Shielding to shield us from the Heart of Enders attacks, and we'll probably use Totem of Regeneration and Windhorn, because Windhorn will slow the boss down. I was kind of surprised when it did, but it does. The other problem is that to get close enough to Heart of Ender means that it's going to be able to damage me back, which is why I may end up switching back to the Wolf Armor for Potion Barrier, just so I can get close enough. But I think now we have armor with better health. Like this one has, it'll give us like 322. This will give us 333 health. I think it will be good. Let's hope. Right now, though, we have to switch to this armor because it's the only one that has Surprise Gift. Had no clue the Arch-Illager spawned a Redstone Golem if you took long enough to kill him. He does, yeah. He spawns a load of guys, including a Redstone Golem. Favorite type of tea? I drink Yorkshire tea, mostly. Shadow Brews are very good here as well. Shadow Brews and Swiftness Potions are really what we want. Strength Potions might help here and there, but they're not super essential because we won't be doing as much punching as I would like. Do you think community levels made in normal Minecraft would be super cool, like Super Mario Maker? I mean, people make maps all the time in regular Minecraft. You're looking at stuff like Planet Minecraft or the Minecraft Forum, which I think has been basically taken down, discontinued, archived. But you'd find people sharing maps there all the time. It happens. That's what Skyblock is. It's a community-made map. As far as, like, Bedrock maps as well, you have a marketplace full of community-made maps. Best tips for bad builders in Minecraft? Learn to work with depth a whole bunch. Flat walls are your enemy. I mean, there are definitely a time and a place for flat walls, but depth is often what gives Minecraft builds a lot of character. Work with gradients as well. Look up videos by Gemini Tay, Pearlescent Moon. See how they build stuff like roofs and walls. BOO is another great builder to follow. Oh, for dungeons. Oh, you said normal Minecraft. That's what threw me off. I'd love UGC for dungeons. It's not going to happen, unfortunately, but apparently some reason related to Unreal Engine being what they've used to build this game makes it very difficult to have user-generated content. Besides which, of course, like, I don't know how it would work in terms of a level creator, because it might be like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater style, where you'd have like a skate park creator with a bunch of ramps and staircases and stuff that you could make. But with this, a lot of the elements of each level are procedurally generated, so they have to stitch together a certain way. And I feel like there could be, you could have a lot of fun with it, but I do think Little Big Planet style, it would just be a lot to put into this game, especially for the price. Love to see community members make dungeons like maps where they have to consider level design even more so than usual. Yeah, I mean, if you want to build maps of Minecraft dungeons in vanilla Minecraft, go for it. Absolutely. You can use the two walls with torches on to hide from the laser beams. Yeah, I know. I'm planning on using Totem of Shielding because I need to be maneuverable. I need to basically put down a shield wherever I can. It's kind of difficult to do damage in this state because I don't have a ranged attack. Did you miss anything big? We've got to the final boss fight, but the rest of this level is remarkably easy with the strategy I have now. So, yeah, you will see some of that in the VOD if you want to watch it. We may even fail this boss fight and have to go through the level again, in which case I will probably end up doing the Underhalls level, because I've not done that yet, and then come back to this afterwards. Amateur Genius, I have no idea. I have no idea because that's, you know, I am not either of those people. Would I ever play Minecraft Hypixel? I have done it in the past, but I'm not really interested in doing it now. What's my stance on the changes concerning VODs and copyright/music? It's only a matter of time, unfortunately, because, you know, that's been the state of the music industry for a while, especially when it comes to internet content. You see it all the time with YouTube. I'm amazed that it hadn't happened on Twitch sooner. And Twitch has had a policy of it in a while. For a while, it's just, at this point, they are starting to be enforced by the companies that own the music. Lion Charger, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. But yeah, I've only ever used video game music in my streams. Give or take the occasional Beethoven, which is a royalty-free recording, available from musopen.org. But sometimes it will get caught by, like, hello? It will get caught by Content ID systems anyway. Yes, we got a new emote. That one was designed by my wife, actually. She put that together for Pride Month, which is very cool of her. Arch-Illager would be easy to take, but the Heart of Ender would be really tough. Yeah, surprisingly, the Arch-Illager was actually very difficult for us the first time around, but it was because I didn't have very high health for my armor, because my armor was only, like, level 6, and we just didn't really have a way to attack him. Whereas now, with this armor doing 17 damage every so often... we might have a slightly better chance. Still only 1 swiftness potion, though. The Shadow Brews are very nice. They're going to be very useful. I like the fact the music is basically gone at this stage as well. It's still sort of there in the background. The Shadow Brew is a, basically an invisibility potion. Yeah, the potions basically never despawn. There is no despawn timer for them as far as I can tell. And if there is, then it is a very long one. Because I've generated potions before the Evoker fight on Pumpkin Pastures for about half an hour. Don't think Shadow Brews can make you invisible to bosses. The bosses still behave the way bosses behave, but they will not attack you directly. Yeah, T. Croshaw, I plan on doing that if we get into a sticky situation here. I haven't had to do it yet. Also, can I draw attention to the fact that there are 2 logs on the left-hand side of the platform, basically like up there. 2 of the logs are vertical. On the opposite side over there, only 1 log is vertical. Unplayable. Literally unplayable. Surprise gift can be really helpful in situations like this. It would be if it was giving me more swiftness potions. Can't unsee that now. I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger. Alright, I think I'm going to try one more.
That's just Prime.
That is just Prime. Scruffy IE, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Okay, we got 2 swiftness potions that time. That basically makes up for it. I think we're ready to give this a go. So, Wolf Armor first. I'm going to let my potion cool down once because we'll need that for Potion Barrier. But I think we'll be okay. So, obviously, Regen Totem is going to be super helpful here. We're going to use the Wind Horn to try and throw some of the pillagers into the pit. But Burning should take care of a lot of them, and they're not going to do too much damage to me when I have this much health. So, we should be okay. Mary Doodle, thank you. I'm glad you like the survival guide. This is it. We also have 1 TNT as well. I'm kind of disappointed we don't have more. But we have defeated basically most of the mobs on the way up here, give or take the redstone golems, which might drop TNT, because they are like mini bosses. Alright, got to center myself a little bit here. Let's do this. Not going to take any of the potions yet because he takes a while to, like, appear, basically. Alright, here we go. Bunch of Vindicators first, that's good. We can take care of all of those immediately. And then it's just a matter of chasing him down, and he's obviously going to teleport around quite a lot, so that's going to be easier said than done. However, he will be slowed down by the Windhorn, which will give us a chance to do a little bit of damage to him up close before he ends up teleporting away. And this is one of the more frustrating aspects of this fight for me. Then he spawns a bunch of those guys. They're all going to be over there, which is fine because I can just yeet some of them into the void. Avoid his particles for a second. Boots of Swiftness coming in very handy there. And we'll do our best to avoid the enchanted ones because they are the most annoying aspect of this. We have a potion barrier again if we need to use it, which I think we may need to just heal up here in a second anyway. Yes, there we go. Alright, managed to get him on the Windhorn that time, which means we can get in close and do a little bit more damage. Once again, thankfully, we're able to do a little bit more thanks to the Burning Enchantment. So far, we haven't had to use any of the potions. I'm doing my best to save the potions for an encounter with Heart of Ender if we get that far. And hopefully we will. The cool thing about pillagers is you can run up pretty close to them. And from here we should be able to do this, and of course he spawns a bunch more. So that's fine. I'm getting close to all of you. As long as he doesn't spawn a redstone golem this early into the fight, we're okay. Got him a couple of times there. Okay, we've got Vindicators now. Whoa. Yeah, this is a little bit dicey, but we can make it. Oh, I thought we were going to get more of them into the void that time. Yeah, this is the biggest problem with this fight. But then Potion Barrier should make up for that once we have a little bit more damage on our sides. I could throw the TNT at him, but once again, I'm saving that for the final boss. His little ow noises are so great, though. Come over here and fight. Mano a mano. Let's do this. Ideal if we can catch him with the Windhorn as well as some other adds, then that is better for us. He's trying to enchant those guys for a second there. There we go. Okay, we got him that time, so he should be a little bit slower, which means he is slower to despawn. Okay, we have a Potion Barrier primed and ready, which is good, because all of those guys showed up at once. Alright, you, come over here. Come over here and get burnt. Oh, here we go. Dang it, we didn't get him with that. He despawned too fast. Alright, bye-bye. Head over here and yeet. Nice, we got two of them that time. Gonna wait for my Potion Barrier to come back, because they're all enchanted right now. I don't fancy it. There we go. Took a couple of those hits on the chin. Okay, we're not doing too badly. Redstone Golem should spawn basically once he's on his last third of health, so I'm having to be a little careful here. Okie doke, the firing squad is back. Doing our best here, doing our best. Not doing too badly, really. But I don't want to be too close to him when I don't have my Potion Barrier up, because if he manages to get off all 3 of those projectiles on me at once, then that is not going to be easy. Okay, once again we can just stand here and they can all wail on us. Alright. Keeping on top of the health situation is good. We haven't lost a life yet on this level, which is fantastic. Gonna jinx it though, aren't I? Alright, we got the Arch-Illager that time, so we should be able to get in close, deal a couple of hits. And now he's on his last bar of health. Yeah, that's a rough attack to take right in the face. Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to get out of there. Potion should refresh in a second, though. There we go. Come right into the center here. That way I can hit everybody with the wind ball, including you. Okay, just gonna have to wait for him to spawn near me, apparently. Alright, lads. Yep, this is the point where he spawns the redstone golem. That is not good for me. If I can trick it into walking into the void, then that's going to be for the best. Because those guys are not easy to take down on this difficulty. But I don't know if it is possible to do that. We might be able to get it to walk onto one of the bounce pads. Potentially. I'll see what is possible here. But yeah, sadly those mines do not really affect the ads in any way. Okay, it's there. It's not going to stay there. Okay, fair enough. It is too heavy to be hit by the bounce pads. Unfortunately, when he transforms into Heart of Ender, then the redstone golem will stay there, which is going to make the last section of the boss fight a lot harder. Yeah, it's not really going to work out for us trying to take that thing down, unfortunately. And it also makes traversing these pads a lot harder too. So I don't know what to do about that right now. We can stay okay for the time being. Oh gosh, he spawns more of them. Okay, right. That's definitely not good then. Okay, we've almost killed the Arch-Illager, but unfortunately... Alright, here we go. That removes the bounce pads from the equation, and now we have to deal with Heart of Ender. Which is going to be difficult. Especially with these guys around. Yep, yikes. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm keeping Potion Barrier for now. I think that's probably the best thing to do here. And we can get up close and damage him. This is the first time I've been able to damage Heart of Ender in this entire fight. I think one of the redstone golems ended up dying. Somehow. But I don't know what I'm going to do about that guy. Yeah, okay. So we can respawn down here. This is our next bit of the strategy. We can respawn down here and heal up. Did Ender Nightmare just kill one of the redstone golems? I certainly hope so, but I think we can win. Like, we've taken off a chunk of his health right there. Like, all I have to do is wait for my health to recharge here, and I think we're good. Okay, we have Potion Barrier. I'm going to wait for the cooldowns on both my artifacts. We should be okay. I got in there. First the Wither Storm, now the Heart of Ender. I know, right? Oh, I'm shaking right now, guys. Have I fought the dragon using only my fists? I think I have sometime in the distant past, yeah. Not recently, but it's happened. This game looks hard enough without that challenge. I know, right? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're good. Oh, we got this, we got this, we got this. Okay. Just gotta wait for the potions to cool down. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best here. Trying my best here. Barefist Steve will destroy. He's certainly going to try. I don't know what stage he's on right now. So I'm going to try my best. Run through the fire. Deal with this. Heal. That Potion Barrier. Take some damage. Okay, he does this for a little bit. The redstone golem is still there. Man, I need to get my shielding totem back. Ouch, ouch. No, 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 not good, not good, not good. Don't want to die. Don't want to die, please. Dang it. Okay, that's one, and we lost the TNT. Oh, well, okay. No time like the present, I guess. Time for attempt number 2. Okay, nice, nice, good placement. Still taking a little bit of damage from, I guess, the fire that was around there. Okay, and now I have Shadow Brew, thankfully. I'm able to do a little bit of up-close damage to him before he does anything. Man, that redstone golem is not good, though. Not good to have you here. See, this is the only point at which I can really do any damage to him, and then I have to avoid this, which you cannot really dodge roll through at all. Okay, and I died again. Yep. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting part of it, because we are not looking great in terms of, like, life to success ratio here. So I think what we're going to do is employ another strategy where I'm going to generate some Shadow Brews down here and then roll off the platform. This is super hard, yes. It is as hard as it looks. Oh, I know hide behind the wall, but I have a totem of shielding that should be fine. The problem is the redstone golem is still going to attack me there. The redstone golem is the largest part of this as far as, like, a problem goes. KD ratio is taking a bit of a dive, yes. But Shadow Brews are going to be the key here, because they're the only thing that makes the boss stand still and let you attack him for a while before he does that crazy laser attack. And of course now I'm only getting strength and swiftness potions. Take a breath, fill the tea. I am, and I have. If you beat it, are you ending the stream or continuing with something else? We'll probably do a little bit more, but there is another difficulty level after this. It would be really great to get some gauntlets so that we can actually fight with a melee weapon, but still bare fists. Try killing the golem. Thanks. Kind of difficult to do that. Especially now I no longer have any TNT. There is a huge health bar on those golems. Strat in the future has to be get through the last third of health as quickly as possible. It's so difficult when he teleports everywhere. Be too busy trying to think of this as normal Minecraft. I mean, in this challenge... Oh, great, we got 2 Shadow Brews. That's probably really good. Let's find out. And I guess we need... Yeah, we need the Wolf Armor for Potion Barrier. So I'm going to try and get in there as close as I can. Try and take as little damage as possible. We've still got our Totem of Shielding. Not really a whole lot I can do to do more damage to him, aside from swap out the Wind Horn or something. What mic do I use? This is a Shure SM7B. Very good microphone. Fighter's Bindings and Gauntlets will make it much easier once you get them. Yeah, the problem is you can't get them in regular difficulty, so... Okay, let's do this. Oh, just dropped that barrier there. Not the best. Doing what I can with the help I got.
That's just right.
Can actually do a fair amount to him. Great. Okay, that is perfect. That is perfect. That's how we're going to do this then, because we can generate a Shadow Brew potion here. We can get up really close to him with Potion Barrier, and then we can roll off the platform and try again. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. I think we can do this. This could work. This will be my first try on this strategy as well. I mean, my second because I tried it earlier, but that was not really like a full run-through, as it were. It's also really funny that if you switch from one armor to the other, your health is like... Great, another Shadow Brew, perfect. I'll wait for Potion Barrier to come back. Your health is actually, you know, it will refill the same amount if you're wearing an armor that gives you less health, and then you can put on the armor that gives you more health, and it's proportional. It's like percentage-based. Death by 1,000 thumps. Yep. That's where we're at. Cheesy strats, I know, but ultimately I'm not using weapons. I have 2 weapons in my inventory. I will probably trash those. Yes, Jellyfish, that is kind of the plan right now. The plan is to get up close where we can. I also have no idea if the redstone golem is going to stick around after we beat the boss. Like, does it automatically kill all the ads? I have no idea. I assume you're meant to deal with it beforehand. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Dealing as much damage to him as we can, and... Alright. Respawn! Yes. The Death Warp strats. If it doesn't despawn, will I still use my fists? I think I'll have to, yes. I can't remember if you lose control of the player character when the like death animation for the boss plays. But no, I think this is it. I think we're doing it. It is hecka cheesy, but let's face it, we are at that point. We are at that point. If you can't use the weapons, cheese is the only thing left to us. I could also take the strength and the swiftness to do a little bit more punch damage to him, but the burning is definitely doing most of the work there. Oh, we're so close. We also have like 450 people who are watching this here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know Dungeons is not what you normally come to my stream for. I don't tend to play much other than Minecraft, but this is a unique opportunity to do something that has not been done in this game yet. So I'm super happy. Tom Chronic, thank you for the 100 bits. No such thing as cheese in war, only great strategy and bad strategy. Well, I guess so. If you want to look at it like that. If you want to look at it like that. Alright. We have a Shadow Brew here, so we could go for another round, but I want to give us a backup strat. I've already cheesed so much, this is just milk, basically. Minecraft Earth next, I know, right? Boss is when? Man, I miss going... I love Minecraft Earth. I haven't really played it since the pandemic because I want to be able to go outside and play it. I know there are ways that you can play it at home safely now, but I still really want to be able to go out into, like, a park and play it. Already half of his health gone. I know. So close. That's another swiftness. You know what? I'm switching to the wolf armor, and we can spawn another Shadow Brew in if we need to. There is one up there on the platform as well, but I want to save that for emergencies. What does the Shadow Brew do? It's an invisibility potion. Basically makes you invisible for 10 seconds, and then when you hit something, it does way more damage the first time, basically when you, like, sneak attack something. It's very D&D rogue style. The strat is a real ham and cheese sandwich. It's a cheese and ham sandwich without the cheese and bread. Minecraft Earth looks awesome. Need to check it out. So late to the party. It's great. I had a lot of fun with it. It's obviously because it's all AR, it is a huge drain on battery life. But then you get some really interesting experiences out of it. All right, let's do this. Let's go. I'm back, fool. What do you got? Okay, not good. We did a little bit, though. Okay. Less than half. The whole point is fists, and then also burning auras occasionally. Is this the first no weapons run? I mean, somebody else may have done it. I haven't seen it if they have. Oh. We pieced out. We pieced right out of there. Okay, now the Shadow Brew, please. Every time. I thought it was going to give me arrows. At least it's giving me some potions I can drink. As soon as the Shadow Brew runs out, get to the chopper! Basically. Alright, 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 alright. There's a lot of downtime in this strategy, but I'm trying to keep the energy up. We can do this. I don't know if the golem will despawn or not. I have never had a golem still there when I was fighting this thing. It is a little bit easier to take them down when you are actually using weapons, believe it or not. We are more than halfway there, more than halfway there. Come on. We have this life and one more life, so if I make any mistakes here, seriously with the swiftness potions, though. Speedrun.com has no category for fists percent, I know, and I think speedrunning is very different to this kind of challenge run. When will the next survival guide episode be out? Hopefully tomorrow or the day after, depending on how long this takes me. I am busy tonight, though. What type of tea am I drinking? Just normal or what? Yes, I'm drinking Yorkshire tea. Which is black English breakfast tea. If it had that category, you'd probably be in first. With a time of, like, 14 days at this point. I've not exactly been timing how long it's taken me to do this. There's some pretty great ways of leveling up, though, like, surprisingly. Come on with the Shadow Brews. I do have one up there on the platform unless I drank it by mistake, but I can't count on that. Yes, Paranor, I saw the Tea Wars, and very proud of both Yorkshire Tea and PG Tips for taking a stance against racism. Like, this is not something you should need to be proud of, but evidently, like, it needs to be spelled out for people on Twitter. I mean, come on, guys. Have I ever been to a National Trust property? I have, yeah. My parents are National Trust members. We've been to a few of them. Will this be an episode if I do it? Absolutely. I mean, got to make a video about stuff like this, right? I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to, like, throw up my hands and celebrate. Oh, there's a Shadow Brew. Great. When we do this, because the Redstone Golem might still be there. I want to just be like, yes, but I don't want to take my hands off the controller just in case. But we're gonna do this. Like, I have so much faith in the strategy now. Who scripts the recap videos? Me and Zloy both write them. We co-write them. Basically, whichever hermits we watch, we write the sections for, and we collaborate on some of the jokes and bits in between. There's some armor with potion time reduction. I hope there is. It is not available to me in default difficulty. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. I can't punch him yet, so we've got to be up close and personal. Oh, it actually contains the lasers inside there. I've not seen that before. Okay. What? Hello? He was very close to the end of the platform there. I was a little bit concerned. He was going to laser me all the way down here. Alright, less than a third of his health left. We can do this. The Vixen with the 16-month resub. Thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate the hype going in the chat. I really wish this could be done faster, but we have to do it right. Imagine if the boss just fell off. There is actually a really great way of beating him, which I don't know if you could reproduce because it seemed to be a bug. But when the Hot Dish and Minnesota Toz fought him, he got stuck on like a fire trail that does damage to mobs when they walk through it, and his health bar just went just immediately gone. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just gotta wait for another Shadow Brew to pop. Imagine if you used the Windhorn to just throw him off the edge. I have been trying, Double Nickel. I've been trying. Unfortunately, the boss and the Redstone Golem are not affected by Windhorn. They are slowed down, definitely, but they're not moved at all. I do wish you could throw him off the edge, though. That'd be so funny. Yes, Dalactera, this is the end boss. This is the final boss of the game, and we're gonna beat it. We're gonna beat it. He's too heavy for Windhorn, I know. We just need a Shadow Brew at this point. I have so many swiftness potions here. Come on. I believe. I believe. With weapons, it's easy for you to kill the Enderheart because your ranged weapon is godly fast. I know, this boss favors ranged weapons in a way that surprises me. I was talking about this on the Spawn Chunks podcast the other day. Shameless plug for my podcast, thespawnchunks.com, where a lot of the times, because this game is one that has a variety of approaches to it, and you can do melee damage, you can do range damage, like there's a mixture of approaches there. You'd think the boss would be a little bit easier to get in there and melee, but it really favors range damage as a safe strategy. Music Man with 100 bits, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I applaud you for taking on this challenge. Your patience is legendary. I know, man. I got to do this right. I can't risk losing it all when we come this far. And I feel bad because obviously people are having to wait around and watch me spawn the wrong potion over and over again, but hopefully you guys are here for it. I don't know if we're going to do the Cow Boss Lintel. I have not even seen it before, so I'm probably going to do it off camera with like a regular character and just like have fun with it, play it for myself kind of thing. How is an Ender-related thing able to take range damage? I mean, you're asking the right questions there. Endermen in this game can be shot with projectiles, which is very different to how they work in regular Minecraft. It's very strange. I got this far without a bow. I got this far without a bow or a sword, or any kind of melee weapon. We are basically doing damage exclusively by punching and by burning them with the burning enchantment radius, which is the only thing doing damage to this game right now. To this boss. Getting my words mixed up here. I'm too tense. What Xbox do I have? I don't. This is on Windows 10 PC. I'm using an Xbox controller because I prefer to play games like this with a controller. Enderman in this game can walk in water. I know, and water doesn't slow mobs down or block creeper explosions. So, again, 0 out of 10, unplayable. Am I going to use gauntlets? I will if I get to the next difficulty. Which, right now, seems like a possibility. There is still a Shadow Brew up here. I saw it that time. Very good. Okay, he is running away like a coward, so I will do the same thing. Okay. I think maybe 2 more attempts, and we might have this. This strat is mac and cheese with no mac. Absolutely. Do I think zombified piglins are a long name? Yes. Will I say it? Also yes. Appear weak when you are strong and strong when you are weak. Exactly. Use the enemy's strength against him. Uno reverse card the coward strat. Exactly. This whole run has been one giant Uno reverse card. A coward wearing wolf armor. I see what you did there, and I liked it. That's right. Get the popcorn. Get the popcorn. We are probably 2, maybe 3 passes away from beating this guy. Sun Tzu could learn something from Barefist Steve. He could. The art of war. Let's do this. Celeryman bringing the power. Giving us the power of the Power Rangers. What difficulty are we on? This is default. Difficulty 5 is the minimum that you can play this on, because the boss fight is meant to be tough. Come on, give me a Shadow Brew already. The art of cheese and strategy. Know thy enemy, exactly. I know this guy pretty well at this point, and we can beat him. Go punch that extra large tree. Give it a couple of swift taps. Yeah, I understand the power of cheese, for I am lactose intolerant. I'm gonna use some lactate on this fool. How many times have I tried to beat this guy now? This is the 3rd one. I got to it once with my previous strategy. The 2nd time earlier today, just to see if it was possible with this strategy, and it is. And this is the 3rd time. Shadow Brew is here. Let's do this. Okay, waiting for the potion cooldown so I can use Potion Barrier, and Potion Barrier has really been the key to this whole strategy. I'm amazed I overlooked this enchantment for this long on this kind of style of playthrough. How many lives left? I have basically this one, and I can respawn one more time. The strategy this time is to run at the boss with a Shadow Brew so he doesn't move, immediately hit the regen and shielding totems, and stand next to him with this burning radius that does 34 damage every second. Give him the old 1-2, exactly. And Potion Barrier, the other enchantment on this, should, like, caused me to only take 10% damage for 9 seconds. So let's go. Here we go. I love that it actually contains the laser beams inside of there. That's so fun. Bye! Alright, 2 more of those I think is it. We may even be able to hang in there a little bit longer and get that that last bit of health taken care of this time. What is Potion Barrier? It's an armor enchantment. And he rolls away, I know. I feel like that redstone golem is still going to be there. I don't think the game expects you to still have a redstone golem there when you're doing this fight. So I have a feeling he's still going to be there after we beat the boss. I wouldn't risk it. I know we should probably play it safe, but I do have an extra life. So potentially we can do it. Come on, I need a Shadow Brew. I have so many potions just waiting here. Breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. There we go. The secret boss is the golem. I can beat the golem. The golem is not that difficult to beat, and I've done it before. It's just with all of the other stuff that's going on the screen with the main boss, it's very difficult to mess with the golem. That's right. Get your crumpets in the chat. Deathcap Mushroom is pretty helpful. I think I just need everything else that I've got on me right now. Have we tried Peaceful Protest yet? I mean, something tells me this guy isn't gonna hear it. The Arch-Illager is a cop, confirmed. Thanks, Nightbot, for the crumpets. Cross your fingers, everyone, for Shadow Brew. I know, right? I have so many useless potions and bundles of arrows just sat here. Give us the satisfaction of drinking all the tea. I've drunk all of my tea. I need to move on to the water. I'm just too tense right now. But we are so close to doing this. What enchantment gets you the potions? That is Surprise Gift, which is actually a relatively common enchantment on default armor, I have found. Oh, come on! Just dropped in and Barefist Steve. Welcome along, Hermit Forge. Great to see you. We are so close to beating the final boss. I should probably take the overlay away briefly so that you can see Heart of Ender is up there. It's kind of covered by my my stream overlay. Drink all the potions you're wasting, see how much damage you can do. Unfortunately, the strength potions do not stack. I really wish they did. Swig them anyway. Just going to stand over here being swift and strong for a while. If the Shadow Brew spawns in this pile, I'm going to have to drink so many of them just getting to it. Come on. It will spawn you potentially like at least 1 and sometimes 2 potions because it has a 150% chance to trigger. Should get a Guinness World Record for this? I don't think so. I feel like this is not the kind of thing that is like measured in world records in the same way that the other stuff is. I'm also really happy that this boss fight doesn't have like an enraged mode where if you take long enough to beat it, it just does something crazy and ends the stage. At least I hope it doesn't. Fingers crossed. Loads of weird exploits to cheese this game. Stacking potions would be OP. I know, and there's so much stuff that just like tips the scales in your favor as a player, which is kind of part of why I like strategies like this. I mean, come on. There is a Shadow Brew up there, but I'm thinking what we do this time, once we get a Shadow Brew down here. World record for, like, most amount of potions in one place. In before the game just crashes because of the amount of, like, loose entities. I think what we should do is take that Shadow Brew and stay up on the platform this time instead of jumping off. Is it more likely to get a strength potion than a Shadow Brew? It's random. It's just 25% chance for each drop, which is annoying. There it is! We got one. Alright, now I have to wait. I was going to take it immediately, but I have to wait for my potion cooldown so I get Potion Barrier. Most particle effects in one place, I know, right? It is time. 20 seconds from now when my potion finishes cooling down, it is time. Oh gosh, okay. This is it. This is the one. I feel it. I feel it in my very bones. Time to do some breathing exercises. Everybody breathe. Alright, let's do this. Okay, I dropped that in the wrong place and have to get around the redstone golem, but I think we're going to do this. Yes! Yes! We did it! And the redstone golem is still there. Unbelievable. We have a broadsword. That's right. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, big man? We need to deal with this guy. Otherwise, I shall die. Now you will see the true power of Barefist Steve. Barefist Steve cannot be cowed by redstone golems. We have beaten the final boss. You can run past it, I just don't want to. This is my victory lap, Mark. Don't take this from me. We have beaten the final boss of Minecraft Dungeons without using weapons. We have a potion barrier. This guy can do nothing to me. I trap you in a cage. Oh, I never really got a chance to appreciate that the end portal, like, parallax scrolling effect is on all of that goo that is surrounding the Arch-Illager. Get out of here. I gotta take care of this guy. He's the secret final boss. I'm gonna roll back down here and take all of those strength potions. Now I will come back and I will stick it to this guy. Face to face, mano a mano. Barefist Steve will take you down. Fists swinging. Alright, buddy. This is your last hurrah. Make it count. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made history. Minecraft Dungeons. Barefist Steve. The hero. Unbelievable. Tom Chronic gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much.
The enemy of the villagers was defeated. Great heroes saved the day and vanquished evil.
The bare fist of freedom.
Thanks to you, all was well. Until it wasn't.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for the $1. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a no weapons run of Minecraft Dungeons. There is still more to do. We have a new level that I unlocked Obsidian Pinnacle complete. 0 projectiles hit. Who needs a bow? Damage dealt 44,000. Damage taken 10,000. Defeated 61% of the mobs. We won't count the redstone golems. Give me my reward, game. Thank you for the llama. New difficulty unlocked. Oh, so good. Get this out of here. Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for being here for that. That was... Oh, bare fist, Steve. Oh, I'm so happy we did that. We have done it. We have actually done it. We have beaten Minecraft Dungeons. Look at this on adventure difficulty now. I'm going to go back to default and we can do underhauls, but yeah. Bare fist Steve, triumphant. We swing in fists today, people. Attack and dethrone the Arch Illager. We did it. We did it. Alright, I can trash this. This is one that I planned on using if we needed the damage reduction and the hit negation. We don't. Burning and potion barrier. Absolutely made that for us. The wind horn. Cool thing is now, if I have enough emeralds, which I'll probably just go grind Creepy Crypt for a little bit. Power level 37. Let me load up a random level here, and I'll show you what I was doing with this, because I went back into the camp with nothing equipped, so I had, like, no power. Basically, the blacksmith would not trade me the good stuff. If we return to the camp now, I should be able to get upgraded armor. I don't know if I need to be on adventure difficulty for that to happen. Like, I don't know if it needs to be set to that. Let's find out. Evocation robe 34. Not bad. We'll trash that. Let me try putting it onto adventure and go to... See, like, now the gear and artifact power is 35 to 51. That will increase as I get more better stuff. But we can potentially get some really high HP armor. And we are going to go for gauntlets. We won't do that on this stream, probably. Who needs an Orb of Dominance? We have Fists of Dominance. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here for that. That was absolutely incredible. And I couldn't have done it without your support either. Like, just having people in the chat cheering me on throughout all of that was incredible. Again, he's only trading me level 30 stuff. Come on, guy. Level 37 robe, though. That's better. That is getting there. That at least gets my power up to a solid level 37. If I go in with my level 38, there we go. Right. I'm going to put this back on default difficulty. We're going to run Creepy Crypt, and we're going to do it on a low enough difficulty that I can just waltz through this thing so that we can just get some emeralds. And then we're going to see what kind of gear we can get from the blacksmith and the trader. And then we're going to try underhauls on default difficulty. I'm pretty sure the minimum difficulty for that level is 5. But I don't know what's waiting down there, so I'm going to take my time with it. We're going to explore that at our own pace. So the idea with this little playthrough, I think the wolf armor is going to be the better one here, right? Yeah, okay. That's a 17 versus a 16. I'm going to keep that robe because that gives me better... better power level. But the idea here is that on lowest difficulty, we can just walk through this entire level with swiftness potions, ideally, and we just melt stuff as we go. I did have a wolf armor that I accidentally salvaged and didn't think fast enough to get it back, that was doing 19 damage to stuff, and it could one-shot a creeper. But being able to just walk through levels on this low difficulty where the enemies have, like, 0 health and everything just, like, melts itself on you is kind of great. And it will definitely be a nice way to wind down after all of what we just did. I also take no damage from creeper explosions, which is very cool. Yes, survival guide on Thursday. Yeah, we'll be back to normal Minecraft after this, but I wanted to see if we could do this today, and we did it. did it. Underhalls is moderately hard, but not too hard. Should be able to beat it. Does it have a boss or anything? Is there like a redstone golem in there somewhere? Because you say moderately hard, but then remember I am doing this without weapons. Once you play through the entirety of Creepy Crypts, and if you salvage basically everything that you get from here, you end up with about 1,000 emeralds to trade at the blacksmith. Am I planning on finding all of the runes at all? I'm probably going to do that on my regular playthrough, maybe not with Barefist Steve. Let's go grab this. I really want all of the unique armor, because I feel like the unique armor is going to be very handy with some of the higher difficulties. With just like the innate abilities it has. Do all locations have a secret dungeon? I don't believe so. I think there's only 4 of them that people have found. Don't think there's a boss that's just exploring a level. Cool, yeah. So like this and like Soggy Swamp, Soggy Cave. Have zero knowledge about Minecraft dungeons. Can you explain? This is a take on the traditional dungeon crawler genre in the same idea as like Diablo or Torchlight or any of those kind of well-known examples. And with a Minecraft theme. If only you could salvage arrow bundles. I know, right? Why am I a dog? This is wolf armor. Can a skeleton pick up a sword? In regular Minecraft, yes. In this game, no. Yeah, the burning enchantment is very much OP. It's the whole reason we were able to do this in the first place. As soon as I found out that burning didn't do just 1 damage on higher levels of armor, if you got that as like an enchantment, that effectively changed this entire strategy. There's a lot of keys in Underhalls, just corridors and mobs. Okay, cool. And you have to play it on difficulty 5 or 6, from what I've seen, so it's potentially going to be a little tricky, but as we have seen, nothing is impossible. Scoping out the layout just to see that I haven't missed anything here. I think if we go down here, there is some stuff. Nope, that's it. Cool. Yeah, I heard you say. Are the little ones? Oh. Is the camera around? The creepers do occasionally explode on me. Thanks. We did alright. Thank you for cheering me on from the chat. Chat says hi. Any tips on how to get ender pearls starting off to get to the end? Wait for the nether update and find a warp forest. See you later, Dystopian. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate the extra info on Underhalls. Catch that in the VOD if you like. Why do they take damage as you walk past them? That is an enchantment called Burning. You see the, like, fiery orange ring around me? Basically, as soon as a mob walks into that, they take damage. And I had that on the Ember Robe, the kind of wizard robe that I have. But that is, way more powerful if you have it as an armor enchantment. On lower difficulties, it is much easier to take out enemies with burning. On higher difficulties, it will not be. But it does seem to scale depending on what your armor's power rating is as well, so... I have a 34 power rating here. Burning 3 does 16 damage. This is a 35 armor, and I think it's like... It's probably like basically half your power level is how much damage it does. Roughly. Don't clerics trade ender pearls? They do, yeah. That's another way of doing it, but Some people don't like to get too heavily into villager trading before they've gone and fought the Ender Dragon. Depends how long you spend in the world, I guess. Right. Jazzbeds, I don't know. I've not heard anything about realms being down. So we're just gonna have a very chill stream from now on, I think. All of the hype from earlier was definitely all about fighting the Arch Illager. I'm glad everybody got to show up and see that. Realms had an issue yesterday. Oh, interesting. Yeah, not a subscriber to Realms myself, so I'm not that familiar with the service. Phone's almost out of battery. Gotta go. No worries. Thank you so much for being here, Double Nickel. Have yourself a great day. Go charge that phone. It is nice not punching things sometimes. I did so much punching. I can also show you guys a really straightforward way of leveling up if you have burning on your armor. It basically just involves going and standing in a part of redstone mines where there are zombie spawners. And there are other ways to level up as well, but this is a way to level up without using weapons. It is not quite AFK, but it is close. Gauntlet hunting stream now. I think so, yeah. I think we'll probably end up... We'll do underhauls and then we'll attempt some stuff on adventure difficulty, but it's going to be way, way, way tough. And the blacksmith, in theory, will trade me gauntlets once I'm above a certain power level, but he didn't seem to want to trade me super great stuff right away, so we'll see how this works out. Stopping to charge the phone, get Bluetooth headphones and just listen. I mean, do what you will. We are missing one. Oh, there you are. Hi. 401 emeralds so far. I really want a decent stash of emeralds so that we can just hit up the blacksmith over and over again. Like, with a power level of 55, or like a player level of 55, I should be able to get some pretty decent stuff. Now we've unlocked adventure difficulty, it should be stuff appropriate to my level. I just wonder if I have to complete some of the levels first. Considering that I've only really played on default with this character so far. Thank you for the pork. A few of the levels on adventure will give you gauntlets. I'm pretty sure Cacti Canyon is the place to go for them. But, yeah, I got them from the blacksmith on my other character, so... How's episode 303 coming along? I haven't really started working on it yet. I'm working on 302 first. And that should be, hopefully in the next couple of days. Which is going to be some more work on the jungle temple, building traps and, like, doing... Effectively like a mini dungeon, in a sense. Just doing, like, creative ways of designing little mini-games and rewards and that kind of stuff. Is it based on the power level you have equipped? Yes, but there's also a level cap based on the difficulty setting you're playing in. So I have a bunch of gear that would allow me to be level 37 power, but it wouldn't trade me anything higher than that. It would trade me, like, occasionally I'd get a 38, and I got a 39 from beating one of the levels on difficulty 6, but I did not get anything higher than that traded to me. So, like, with the blacksmith previously, I was able to just trade up. But it seems to have a soft cap of sorts around, like, 30 to 37, which is the amount of is the power of the loot that you get from playing default difficulty 6 anyway. So I think until you beat the game, you don't really have access to anything better than that. Otherwise, I would have just been able to grind for levels until I got, like, level 60 or something. And that's what I was doing by grinding to level 50, really, was trying to get armor that had, like, 1,000 HP so I could fight the final boss with that. But it doesn't let you do that in default. Soggy Cave is better since there's an obsidian chest early in the level. Yeah, I was basically going through Soggy Cave multiple times to see if I could get a better Ember Robe. And that is how I got the level 39 regen totem I have now. But I was doing that on difficulty 6 and just, like, either using burning and slowing them down with Windhorn or throwing everything into the water. Just using Windhorn to just, like, knock everything back into the water. Hey, a Shadow Brew. That would have been useful a little while ago. No worries, we got what we wanted. Is there a max number of TNT you can carry? It is 3. It's what I currently have on me. So we're going to throw these once we get to the next checkpoint fight. And then we'll come back for that one. Which is only up the corridor here, so it won't take long. Hello. Creepers. Gonna melt everything. And this is kind of interesting. Now that I've run these levels a few times, and by the way, if you want to see how different the levels are each time, a challenge like this will show you, because sometimes this level generates, and you can explore the entire thing before you even get to this section, and you can just come back and do this objective and then run to the exit. But this case, it's generated so that I can't access any of the other corridors until I have done this bit where you hit this switch. The door opens, you fight a bunch of stuff, you go get the book, and then once you've fought everything, these doors open as well. I can't access the rest of the level until that happens. So this is fun. This is where I'm going to try and keep all these enemies away from me as much as possible. And then do this. Didn't really work all that well. But then TNT is kind of unreliable in this game, and sometimes it goes over walls. Like, it just ended up on top of the level there for some weird reason. But that's okay, because we just walk into everything and it dies. Recreated the jungle temple after watching the videos? Thanks, that's awesome. Always really cool to see that. If you have, like, screenshots you want to send me on Twitter or something, if you have access to Twitter, then we'd love to see it in other people's worlds. Can you ender pearl? In this game, no. You can ender pearl if you're playing on multiplayer, but it just transports you to where other players are in the level so that you don't get separated from your group. Always spawns another wave after that. Haven't needed to heal yet, really. There we go. And that's another chest. And another TNT. You. Let's go back for the other two. I love how far the XP orbs go to get to you as well. Looking for those sweet, sweet knuckles. Just playing to get emeralds right now, and then we're gonna end up grinding the blacksmith loot for slightly higher level weapons and armor. I only say weapons because you need them to get to high levels of armor anyway. So we're gonna have to acquire and equip some of them. Who needs TNT anyway? These rooms are super cool because sometimes they have extra loot in, but this one does not. You can usually tell them apart on the map as well. One of my other strategies was potentially... Look at it. It looks like I've caught all the arrows in my mouth. Just between the teeth. Like a superhero. Arrowmouth Steve. I was looking on difficulty 6 for rooms like this that had the secret chests behind this wall, because occasionally that might generate a unique armor, which I think is Archer's armor or something like that. It's the unique version of the Huntsman's armor. Yeah, the unique version of this has a hood. Isn't really all that great for this strategy because the enchantments on it are just about collecting arrows, which obviously I don't need. You get like extra arrows from arrow bundles, and you take, I think you do more range damage. Missed a chest? Where? Be on the map if I missed it. Stacking swiftness is intense. It's even better if you have movement speed enchants. Like on the Ember Robe that I have, it gives you additional movement speed. So if you have like an additional 20% movement speed, and then you have swiftness, and then you have swiftness boots in triplicates, you can do a lot. You've seen the final boss stage against the Arch Illager. Yes, we just beat it without weapons. Alright, let's head this way first, because I need to head back up. And I want to be able to get all of the loot from this level before we leave. It's almost like being able to kind of hidden blade them on the way past, Assassin's Creed style, you know? The burning aura. Or it's Barefist Steve's, like, chi energy. His chakra. I'm gonna stand here and let everything come to me. The Dance of Death. Unfortunately, the skeletons don't move towards you, so eventually you have to actually walk towards them and hit them. Shadow Shaker, no worries. Have a good one. Thank you so much for showing up on the stream. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Funny how creepers die trying to sneak up to you when you don't need to do anything. Sometimes one will explode because it starts the fuse before you get to it, but Boots of Swiftness just close the gap between them. Kind of helps. I've got an arrow up my nose! But how does it smell? Yeah, the other wolf armor I had was doing, I think, 19 damage per hit of the burning enchantment, which was, I think, enough to kill these creepers. I think they have 18 health. Vindicators have 20. I think the spiders and zombies and skeletons all have like 15, 16, something like that. Clear your sinuses with an arrow. Sometimes you need it. Looking to buy the game, but you don't know for sure, would I recommend it? It's a lot of fun. It's a really, really fun game, and not that expensive. I don't know what it is on consoles, but I assume it's roughly the same price as it is on PC. 20 bucks is pretty good. The Hero Edition comes with the DLC when it arrives as well, so kind of worth getting that if you feel like making the investment. You also get a cape and a chicken if you want it, but I'm wearing the cape just because this is Barefist Steve. He is a hero. But yeah, right now I'm trying to play through as much of this game as possible without weapons. We've beaten default difficulty that way. Is the difficulty I'm playing on the same as peaceful? What? I don't understand. How's the build going? Oh, which one? The houses and stuff I was doing the other day are more or less done. I still need to do interiors for them. Alright. I should probably change the stream title thinking about it, because Barefist Steve has beaten the Arch Illager now. Pumped for the fundraiser in a few weeks? Heck yes, me too. Alright, give me a second. Over 1,000 emeralds, I know. Nope, hang on one second. Barefist Steve versus adventure difficulty. There we go, that works. Am I also barefisted? I am. Do I look like the kind of man who has weapons? I'm not a living weapon like Barefist Steve is. How are the traps going in the jungle temple? They're going alright. I have some good ideas for it. It is very difficult to simulate like a rolling boulder trap, Indiana Jones style, in Minecraft, where there are not round objects and very few things are affected by physics, but I think I've done a good job. The Expert, thank you so much for the 105 bits. Hello. We are here getting emeralds in Creepy Crypt, having defeated the Arch Illager with no weapons. And now we are trying to get some better gear for adventure difficulty to start. Caffeine is a weapon. Not for me. I feel like caffeine in large quantities often causes more brain fog than it disperses. Oh, again, I thought that was going to be a secret room. Not that it's going to be great loot or anything, but I like showing people that stuff. Occasionally, you get a secret room version of one of these, which will have like an extra structure on top back here, so you can kind of tell that's what it is. But this skull will be a helmet instead, or it'll be like turned to one side. But I think it's meant to look like an iron helmet. And if you click on that, it's a switch that opens the secret wall. And you get one of those obsidian chests in it. Barefist Steve versus developers' idea of what gaming could be. To be honest, though, I imagine developers are really kind of happy when they see stuff like this, because it's people using the game in interesting ways. And that's what Minecraft has always been about, so that's part of why I find this as an exercise so fun, is because, like, Minecraft has always been about people finding their own ways to play, finding ways to manipulate the game and do cool stuff with it that the developers never intended, but it's emergent gameplay. And alright, the sound effect just went away suddenly for a second. I took a breath and it was like... But yeah, I think, you know, the developers are hopefully kind of stoked to see somebody do stuff like this. Oh yeah, and it's super cool that Mark was here for it as well. Alright, that is that. We are on our way out of here with 1,100 emeralds, and there are a few more up on the surface. Sometimes there are secrets on the surface area of this level, so do not discount those. Don't feel like you've completed the level once you get to this point. Feel so honored as someone found an awesome challenge like this that we never thought of during development. I know, I think it's just fun to see what's possible. I've followed the speedrunning community for a little while, and while speedrunning is not something I'm necessarily interested in doing myself because I don't have the patience to repeat stuff so much, weirdly, despite the fact that I'm doing this. This is a very different kind of thing for me. These sort of challenge-style runs are just interesting, and it's kind of fun, for me at least, to be one of the first people to do something like this, is what I like to do. Is just think of ways to do stuff that people haven't done before. Which is easy with this game because it's only been out for like 3 weeks. If that. No chest here? No, apparently not. You gotta be the second one, though. We'll see. We'll see if the challenge format takes off. How are you killing them easily? What is that ring around your character? The ring is an enchantment called Burning, which does 17 damage every half second, and is part of the key to my latest strategy of beating this game without weapons, because enchantments like that can do damage for you is a little bit easier to handle than punching everything for 1 damage. But it means I can go through this entire level without using traditional melee or ranged weapons. So that's kind of the whole point. I'm not using the map overlay because it looks awful on the stream. Like, if I was walking around with this on the screen all the time, I feel like people would get really annoyed with that. So I take it off, and I just use the full map occasionally, because it also shows me where icons are, and to be honest, I find it easier to look at. Weird. We only found 3 of 5 secrets. Maybe I didn't activate some of the skeletons in the corridors or something like that. I'm hoping to get electrified as well. I decided early on in this challenge that using rolls like Fire Trail and Electrified was going to be part of the rules, that I couldn't use enchantments like that. Burning is the one exception I made to that, because I got it on the Ember Robe armor, which was a really good armor that kind of carried me through a lot of this game. But then I guess I realized that I was going to have to use Burning eventually. Yeah, I think they've done a really good job of, like, the set pieces in all of the corners of these maps. Like the fallen trees and rock falls and that kind of thing. Once you've been through Creeper Woods a few times, you find a bunch of different stuff that all looks very, very cool. Okay, I'm going to equip all of my best stuff, which is 2 regen totems, a fishing rod, that new evocation robe that we got that's level 37. I'm going to head into Underhalls on, I guess, adventure difficulty, as high as I can go. And then we're going to trade with the blacksmith a little bit. Who do you think we're raiding today? I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to finish my stream. I don't know who else is streaming, so... we will find out, I guess. Alright. Give me some good stuff. Great Hammer 35, not the best. Again, he's only giving me level 30 stuff. I wonder if I have to start actually playing through some of the other levels. Level 35. I mean, this is better on average, but it's still not great. My power is only 38, though. And this is what I've been doing for the last little while, but yeah, clearly he's not giving me great stuff right now. So maybe we have to actually start playing on adventure difficulty, huh? Normal difficulty. Recommended power is 33. My power is 38, but that's because I'm holding weapons. Maybe when we complete a level, that's when it's going to give me access to better stuff. Let's find out! I don't know all the ins and outs of this game yet. I don't know the full rules. And yes, I am going to do Underhalls on default difficulty. I just want to see what going through Creeper Woods will do for us. That's a lot of skeletons. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to go with Windhorn and Speed Boots again. Free the villager! Hello. Yeah, so this is going to be a lot harder simply because individual zombies are going to hit harder and have way more health. So this is going to be like doing the final level again, basically. But hey, Potion Barrier is definitely going to carry us through adventure difficulty. Punching ain't going to cut it no more. Shadow Brews are very helpful too. Oh, there we go, a 36 Soul Road. That's a win. Has burning for 17 damage, which is what this does. Cool. We'll keep it. You spin me right round, baby, right round. DMCA'd instantly. Bye-bye Twitch. You're allowed to use Electrified. I basically told myself that elemental rolling abilities weren't allowed at the start of this challenge. I might relax some of those rules now that we're on adventure difficulty. The only weapon I'm allowed to use is fist-based weapons, so gauntlets, fighter's bindings, that kind of stuff. Look at how much damage this guy is doing to me. Incredible. Hearing Barefist Steve's heartbeat again. That zombie, basic zombies are doing 40 damage to me. This is adventure difficulty 1, by the way. We are definitely going to have to go the route of, like, getting some high HP armor pretty fast. The Hay Potion Barrier is nice. Now he's only doing 6 damage to me, which is, I think, more than some of the enemies in the previous level were doing. And now we run around this guy. You can't catch me, I'm Barefist Steve. Heck yes. Lads. Form an organised queue, please. We're British, we like a queue. Alright, I'll come down there. Waiting for that potion cooldown to come back before we take on all of them, but then once we have that, basically. Alright, here's a fun strat for you guys. Just gonna wander up here. Oh, eat some pork. Don't get on a fox to get across a river. I really wish we had the fox armor with this character. I feel like that'd be the best. I think I did get it at one point, but it was a very low power level, so. Next level gameplay, yes. Whee! Gotta go fast. The zombie gets dizzy. The other strat, of course, would be stunning large groups of enemies like this. There's another way of doing this, I suppose. But I like the Windhorn. It kind of helps for clearing large groups. And I don't think it would have worked very well against the boss fight or anything. Whereas the boss did actually get slowed down by the Windhorn, so take note if you're interested in doing this. Windhorn is an invaluable accessory. It is the MVP of this run, I think. Yes, crowd control very necessary in this game. Luckily, most of the crowd is actually fairly underpowered. But then you get large areas of ranged attackers like this, and I have to run away. I really prefer the Windhorn, though. I think that's got better chances of, like, slowing enemies down is very important. We're on 6 health. In my opinion, what's the most annoying mob? In this game, probably the, Wraiths, which are the blue things that float in the air and leave blue fire underneath you, because they teleport around constantly, so trying to actually fight them is a pain. Normally they don't have much health, so on regular difficulty you can just chop your way through them, but yeah, for the Barefist Steve run they were super annoying. Everything else is pretty manageable except for evokers. I've still had the hardest time dealing with evokers on this playthrough, but I've done Pumpkin Pastures a few times now. I've even done some runs where I've actually beat the mid-game, like the mid-level evoker, which is an optional additional boss, like mini-boss. Thankfully the skeletons still aren't doing a huge amount of damage to me. So just walking up to them and like melting them is not terrible. Plus if I want to just stand in the middle of a group of them I can use Potion Barrier. I cannot wait to get some armor that has 3 enchants. And be able to get Shadow Brews more frequently by having Surprise Gift. As well as Burning and probably Potion Barrier is the way we'll get through this. I don't want to have to run around these guys constantly, but I will. Alright, is there any more emeralds around here? Because we can still use those. No, I think we got all of them. I'm going to pick this safe corner to actually take a really short bathroom break, because I just drank like an entire pot of tea and a glass of water while we were doing that because I was super tense. So bear with me. I'll be back in a few minutes' time. Hey folks, I'm back. I'm just gonna make a quick tweet so you guys don't think I'm just tweeting from the bathroom. I also have myself a nice homemade Arnold Palmer. The non-alcoholic version. I believe there's a cocktail called that as well, but this is half iced tea, half lemonade. Defeated the Archvillager on stream without using weapons. Now on to adventure difficulty and beyond. Adventure difficulty, secret levels and beyond. Awesome. Alright, let's get back to it. To the secret levels and beyond. Back to it, back to it. Oh, that's so good. Homemade lemonade, you can't beat it. Bra moments with chair. Shall we do the hidden area in this map? I guess we probably should, right? No reason not to. Enemies down there won't be too difficult. I know in adventure difficulty it does add some of the other enemies to these levels. So you start to see things like wraiths and evokers and stuff creeping up as mini-bosses in sections where they aren't there in default difficulty. So this is fun, especially with Potion Barrier. Potion Barrier and a little bit of regen, and the skeletons can't touch you. So good. TNT! Yeet! Probably should have saved that for the underground bit, never mind. I think I killed 2 things with that. I've always been bad with TNT. The best way to use TNT in this game, as far as I can tell, is to, like, bank it off the wall and then run away from the radius of wherever you just threw it. There's also always a chest up here. 35 sword. I think I have a 37 gravity hammer is my current weapon, so I don't need the sword. Yeah, that's 37, okay. I was pretty confident about that, but... Get some regular Minecraft soon? Yeah, I stream regular Minecraft every other stream, like this last week. And it's probably going to be back on Thursday and so on as well. But considering we just beat Minecraft Dungeons without using weapons, I feel like that is the last time I will expect to stream this, really. Until maybe we get to, like, a higher level of adventure difficulty, which I may end up doing off camera. We'll see. Yes. Yeah, I killed Heart of Ender without weapons. Using some very cheesy strategies, but we did it. No, not really with fists. I mean, I did it without holding weapons, but then the burning enchantment, I think, did most of the damage. So I feel like saying I killed it just with fists seems like the appropriate level of bombast that I want, but is still technically untrue. Is the win of the challenge already on YouTube? No, it literally happened like 30 minutes ago. Hello, lads. Line up, please. Is that everyone? Good. If anyone wonders how I built the Archulage, I beat the Archulager on default difficulty with no weapons, it is because I can melt things with my brain, apparently. 36 bow, not bad. Again, my unique here is a 38, but at least we're getting loot of that caliber. I think I'll probably trash this soul robe as well. The evocation robe we have is better for power levels. See you later on the diagonal. Thanks for being here. Would I ever do a speedrun? Probably not. I feel like speedrunning is such a big community, and there are already some very talented individuals there. It's just, like, not really something I find the aptitude in myself to do. Oh, a 39 wolf armor. I will take that. Yes, please. Does it have potion barrier is my next question. So I may not be able to give this up. A 36 axe. So we are most definitely getting better loot from these levels. Hello. Excuse me. Do you mind? Oh no, it doesn't really have great enchants. Thorns is not bad, but it does require you to take damage. Why don't I punch the enemies as well? Mostly because I'm concerned with evading their attacks more than I am with dealing damage to them. And sometimes it will stun lock them, but other times it will not, especially on higher difficulties. I mostly just want to avoid taking too much damage myself so I can get out of the way. But in this case, yeah, I can punch this guy. It will kill him slightly faster. Delete that. We will keep this, because that is now my new highest level armor. We can probably trash the evocation robe. Okay, moving on. Beating the whole game in all difficulties. Congrats. Great work. So far, I've only beaten it in default. I haven't gone that far with adventure with my main character. I just went straight into trying to beat the game without weapons, because I thought that was a fun way to do it. Turns out I was right. It's actually really great. I've been on my grind for this for a little while, so really happy to have actually done it this time. Alright, let's go stand in the middle of all these zombies. Line up, lads. Alright, that'll do. Playing the ukulele while watching? Nice! Playing along to this soundtrack probably isn't super easy. There's a lot of ambience. It's a really great soundtrack, though. They've done such great work on this game. I'm gonna yeet a few of these zombies into the pit. Yeet! Nice. We've got a few of them. You're beating it in default, you're thinking you're beating it in adventure? Yeah, it's worth a try, because you get so much more interesting loot and weapons and stuff once you're out of default difficulty. It seems like. I have the gauntlets that I'm going to be looking for with Beth as Steve. I have the gauntlets on my other character, and they're such great weapons. They're really fun to use. But you don't get them until adventure difficulty. Do I plan on doing a modded Minecraft series in the future? Probably not, and not on the level of my survival guide kind of playthrough, because mod packs tend to come and go, and I've never really stuck with one of them for very long. Modded just isn't really my jam. How am I so calm? I'm just a stoic person. Probably comes with being repressed and British, but kind of the way I do. I've always been like this, really. Plus, with this whole strategy, it's something I've been doing for a little while now. I'm kind of taking everything this game can throw at me at this point. Why not make my own mod pack? Because I don't really know how to do that. I'm not very good at coding or, you know, figuring out mod compatibility. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know enough about mods. I don't know what's out there. I could learn, but I'm also having way more fun with vanilla, so I don't see the point in changing that. Vanilla has a ton of new content coming out really soon. We have the Nether update happening. And that feels like modded to some people, which is quite funny. But yeah, I will leave that to the experts. Hello, skeletons! Sometimes you'll see me drink a potion when it doesn't feel like I need to, but that is also so that I end up getting the potion barrier effect. It's just too good not to use. Especially when I'm pinned down by a lot of ranged attackers. Missed where we are now, your daughter called. We are in Creeper Woods on Adventure Difficulty 1. Opinions on the Wither nerf in pre-release 1. Is there? Is there one? I don't know what that is. Look like a pincushion. Yeah, a little bit. I've caught all the arrows in my teeth again. Like a true boss. I might skip some of these skeletons. You really don't need to fight all of them. Like, I want to level up some more, but I'm already level 55, which is higher than I expected to be at this point. Shadow Brew, even better. Now these guys will actually stay around me while I damage them. Toothpick of Champions. Wither projectiles get blocked by shields and don't give the Wither effect when that happens. Well, if that means that we end up getting the Wither fight that's on Bedrock Edition, personally, I'm kind of okay with that, because the Witherfight and Bedrock Edition needs something like that for it to be balanced. Here is a problem I had not foreseen. Enchanted enemies. They're the worst. They also have the heal allies effect, which means I'm going to be taking a lot of damage from there. Give me some food, sheep. Yeah, I think these guys are probably best avoided. Bye. I'm just going to keep going that way, I guess. Having fire trail on enemies like that is not good. Anything down here? Some emeralds. Thanks, I guess. Zombies are attacking, taking out on local wildlife, basically. What do we have up here? Like, this is a very long, winding trail leading to not much in particular. There is one chest. With 2 TNT, alright, I'll take it. Not bad. Nice, we got a lot of them within yeeting distance. I have 1,000 emeralds exactly. This seems like the appropriate time to leave this place. Bye! Don't need to beat every mob on the map anyway. As I said in my original Barefist Steve video, the whole point of this level is to free all the villagers. It's not to defeat every mob in the game. The nerf happened on Java, not on Bedrock. Exactly, but if they end up implementing the Bedrock Witherfight on Java at some point, just to kind of work in the name of feature parity and so forth, then it would be nice to have some sort of defense against him. Also, if they plan on unifying Bedrock and Java combat in a future update, maybe that change with the shield will stay. These guys! These are the annoying ones. Not the creepers. I mean, the creepers are annoying too, don't get me wrong, but the wraiths. These lads with all of the blue fire and whatnot. Nah, get them out of my game. Don't want it. Bye! Sword 35. Better than what I have equipped now, but what I have equipped now is nothing. Get out of here. Leave this place. Yikes. Okay, between a rock and a hard place. Weren't going to get away from that. Now we respawn in a terrible position. Yep. Could be worse, I suppose. This is why I need a cooldown enchant on my armor. Just going to try and get through here, lads. If you don't mind, feel free to take out your frustrations. Wow, even with Potion Barrier, they were doing a lot of damage right there. Yeah, not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Aha. Close. Not a big fan of those. Or the enchanters, for that matter. So we could do this systematically. We could try and get all of the villagers away from that crowd and take them out one at a time. That may be the sensible thing to do in this circumstance if we want to actually beat the level. TNT will help, though. Nice. Even TNT doesn't always take out some of these guys, especially when they have higher health. And the wraiths prevent me from stopping in one place for very long, which is a little bit annoying. Slowing them down with the Windhorn is very good, though. Yikes! Alright, they're going to follow me for a bit. That went better than I could have expected. Hey, the hot dish is here. Hello. Here to witness the fisty time. You have missed the best part of the stream, the part where we actually did it. This is Adventure Difficulty 1 dish, so we are here. I did it. We did it. I'm sure there will be clips somewhere. I'm sure there will be a lot of stuff. But yeah, we now have. I'm level 55, by the way. That's incidental. But we have a level 39 wolf armor. I'm trying to get my way through some of the levels in adventure, just so that we can actually get some better loot from the blacksmith. Because I think you have to beat some of the levels before he'll trade you the good stuff. Deal with all these spiders. So, Dish, the trick is having this enchantment called Potion Barrier, which I'm sure you're familiar with. You played a lot of dungeons, more than I have, I think. But, Potion Barrier basically means you take 10% of the damage that most mobs will deal to you, and then you have Burning, which damages them, like, within a radius around you. So if I get trapped by these spiders in a second, which I probably will once I run in here. Come at me, bros. They're just going to walk up and die on me. Yeah, obviously the potion cooldown is kind of bad, but it's very, very good for the final levels of default when everything will hit you super hard. And then having Burning so it does a ton of damage to them really fast is premium. I want to get the pig. I want to see what loot it'll give me. Now that we're on adventure, this might actually be useful. Piggy, come back. Oh no! This is something I've never encountered. I mean, I fought them on regular difficulty. We're just going to run ahead of this pig and deal damage to it. But I've never had to fight them on this difficulty. What do I do? Lads, stay there. Stay there. Get yeeted over here. No, okay, fair enough. Fine. I think we're just going to run away from this. Just kidding. Barefist Steve runs from nothing. I've defeated the Arch-Illager. Who do you think you are? I am. Okay, they do 114 damage per hit. I may have to run away. Luckily, they don't seem to track me very far. Yeet them. I'm trying. I'm trying to yeet them. I have one life. Can't really yeet them that far. Yes, Rakuta, I did beat the final level as Barefist Steve. We are now on adventure difficulty, and these guys are a pain. Where is the guy actually injured? Which one are you? Is it this guy? Is this guy who's hanging back over here? Yeah, it is. Come at me, bros. One down. You're nothing. I ate a skeleton horseman for breakfast. Ow. Ow, that hurt. Ow, that really hurt. Ow. Run away. No. Bad. Bad, I say. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I was not really counting on them actually following me at that point. Can I trap one of you in a place that you will not run around forever? That would be kind of nice. Okay, if I trap that guy, then the others are going to shoot at me, aren't they? Yikes! Let's get into the house. Take shelter! Nothing to see here. The house may be part of the strategy here. Alright, let's take stock. What do we got? We can scrap that sword. Deathcap Mushroom is not that useful to me anymore, amazingly, but hopefully I'll be able to get a better one that will have a longer duration. That plus cooldown on Ember Robe? Oh yes, that's what I want. Let's complete healing up before we go outside, and out we go. I really need to get one of these guys. This guy is the lowest on health right now. Get him into a corner, kill him. Keep you in the corner. Again, the wind horn is the key to the strategy. No, 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 no. Run away. Oh gosh, I got stuck on the terrain. Stuck on the terrain. Whoa, there we go. Oh gosh. The runaway strat is real. Thoughts on Mojang removing character capes? From what? I do like the music in here. I eat skeleton horses for breakfast, dies 10 seconds later. I may be exaggerating some of my feats. Are you eating well? Skeleton horses are not good? I mean, yep. We are learning that they are not good. I'm learning that I want to attack this one. Alright. 3 down, 1 to go. Get him stuck in the house. He has nowhere to run except everywhere.
Well, that's just Prime.
That is just Prime. Arkhammer with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Oh, we did it. Okay, great. Oh, breathing room. Breathing room. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it very much. We take so much fall damage now as well. Fall damage is even more on higher difficulties, amazingly. What am I drinking? This is half and half lemonade and iced tea. Also known as Arnold Palmer in the US, but I'm making it from scratch here because we don't really sell it in the UK. You can probably get it from like import stores, but why would you when you can just make lemonade? Been making a lot of lemonade now that the weather is getting nicer and it's so good. Arnold Palmer is one of the things that I always drink whenever we go to the States because my wife is from California. And yeah, it's one of my favorite drinks that I've found while we've been visiting over there. Excuse you! There's one spider over here just doing a dance. Get wrecked! Slow moving full. What is this? Oh, this is the village entrance. It just looked weird to me for a second. This is what I was expecting. And this is where potentially we use the same strat that we used for the boss, where we just spawn Shadow Brew potions and potentially swiftness. And then I try and go through and get as many of the villagers as possible, because I only have 1 life left. And it is this one. Your kids consume Arnold Palmers like crazy during summer? Yeah, me whenever I'm in the States. Technically, an Arnold Palmer has booze in it. Not the canned kind. Not the kind that Arizona Tea sells. But yeah, there is a cocktail called that, which I do not currently have. I think I've earned one, though. Those are 2 arrow bundles, which I will not use. Because I have no bow. This wolf armor is good in terms of power rating, but bad in terms of enchantments. Should send me a 12-pack. It's all good. I'm making it from scratch at home. It's nice. Having fresh lemonade is very, very good. Would trade canned Arizona Arnold Palmer for some lemon squash? I mean, yeah. It's not too dissimilar, I suppose. I think I'll probably attempt it with this and just get potion barrier and try and lure some of them into an area that I can just burn them. I'll take the 12-pack if you don't mind. Be my guest. You can call them Pixel Palmers. There you go. So the trick here is not going to be to potion barrier right away, but we can use the Shadow Brew to try and round them up a little bit. The trick is just not to hit anything while we do this. because they'll all walk towards me if I touch them like this. Including, I think maybe the enchanters don't, because their instinct is to walk away from anything that's hurt them. But then with these guys, I can air horn them and probably just give them the run around for a second. Yeah, okay. We can take them out little by little, like this. Or, the other option is to do this. TNT is helpful. One villager freed. Lemon squash is one of those nostalgic things you have occasionally. Your great aunt used to make it, but extremely weak so that it's almost clear. Yeah. I feel like weak squash is kind of the worst, but that's my personal preference. I tend to like things very strong. Basically lemonated water. Yes, I actually have quite a poor sense of smell. It's not like super bad, and my nose is still functional, but I think sometimes I just prefer strong flavors because that's how I like to, that's how I actually get taste out of something. So I tend to not dilute my squash very much if I have it. Alright, now is probably the time for another potion barrier, and probably take care of this guy. And Shadow Brew, perfect. Because then I can just damage those guys without them seeing me. Alright, that's a lot of dudes, so bye-bye. Now this is going to be fun, because this way we can bring all of these illagers around here. All the Vindicators in the pen, where the Shadow Brew is waiting. I'm not punching them because punching only does 1 damage at a time, and that really isn't much. And also Shadow Brew means that they actually don't see you for a while, so they won't attack you. But then once you punch, it ends up removing the invisibility effect, and they can all hit you at once, and then I would die. There is a drop over here of some kind. What is it, please? Another wolf armor. How lovely. I'll take it. I didn't see the power rating on it. It's probably fairly high. The regen totem is handy, but I do need to make sure I stay inside the radius, and fighting those guys at the same time could have been a problem, but we're good. 35, but better enchantments. Now I'm going to scrap it. Right now I just need higher level stuff because we're going to be ditching that as we move forward anyway. Don't forget the rune. I know, the rune is there. I mainly just want to make sure I'm staying out of trouble. Only doing the bits I need to complete the level at this point. But then yeah, it's kind of quiet over here. Wait a second, it didn't give it to me. We're on adventure difficulty. So, I don't know, maybe we're not worthy yet. Supreme Gamer, because I don't want to be and they haven't invited me. Oh, we haven't been to the cathedral yet. That's probably why. That's fair. I hadn't actually been to it in the camp yet, so that makes sense. Didn't occur to me that that was something we had to do, weirdly enough. But then that's never been the objective of this playthrough anyway, so... Great, another Shadow Brew. We'll just heal up real fast. Make our way through here as quietly as we can. Aside from smashing that pot. And then run. Also, yikes. That's a lot of dudes. But I've been speed running my way through this level for a while, so... Thankfully, I got some pretty good strats here. For a start, what we're going to do is run up to these guys and immediately potion barrier. Try and keep my health up. So we take care of the volume of those guys that's going to follow me across this bridge. And then once we get to the final door, we roll, we sprint, we are victorious.
These villages are free from the clasp of the Illagers.
No, creeper! No! No, creeper! Oh, well. We had iframes, I guess. Alright, 467 enemies defeated. Creeper Woods, done on adventure. A 39 tasty bone. Which means we have all 39s, apart from the bow and the gravity hammer, meaning my power level is still 38. But now if we talk to the blacksmith, what have you got for us? Actually, let me do something ill-advised here. Why do I do Hermitcraft recap then? You can do something that is a fan work without wanting to be part of the thing that you're part of the fandom of. Like, I'm sure a lot of people do fan art of a TV show, probably don't want to be part of that TV show. Okay, Mace 38, that is an upgrade, so we can get rid of that. Hunter's Armor 38, not an upgrade. Here is the interesting thing. Okay, that's now showing gear and artifact power of 51. How did I come up with the idea of Hermitcraft Recap? I didn't. Hermitcraft Recap was started by other people, and they came up with the idea because there was a successful series called the Mindcrack Recap for a previous Minecraft server. That was started, or at least hosted, by OMG Chad, who became part of Mindcrack eventually, and now does OMG Craft. And is still technically, I think, part of the Mindcrack group. Our first level 40 gear. We have broken the ceiling. Although he's still trading me 39s, which is not great. Just felt bad because you thought I was being excluded. Why? I'm perfectly happy doing everything I currently do. See, this is the weird thing, because I think maybe you do have to beat a certain amount of levels, but I don't quite know how the blacksmith starts trading you better gear, when right now I'm power 39, level 55, and he's still trading me stuff that's in the mid-30s. Mercenary armor, not great. Thief armor 42, better. Our power level is now 40. Great. So now when we go into Creepy Crypt, we come back. Hopefully the power level should have shifted slightly. And we end up getting some slightly better weapons and armor. I know I have a mace equipped. The whole point of equipping the weapons is that it ups your overall power level and the blacksmith starts trading you better stuff. Power 37 bow, not ideal. We can scrap this now as well. What has the thief armor got? Not very good though. Level 40 hunter's armor. Not terrible, but also not great. There we go, some plate armor, something different. That's basically an upgrade of the mercenary armor, more or less. Food reserves and thorns is not a bad combo, but again, it's like lower level than I currently am. So, heavy crossbow 35, axe 37, give me a weapon at 40. There we go, level 40 mace. Which means overall power level is still 40, but potentially he can trade me up to 42, as far as we've seen. Probably going to trash the wheat as well. And if we want to grind for emeralds, we can go back to do Creepy Crypt on, like, default difficulty again. Thought it was the power level at the exit. It's by exiting, you can return to camp. So you can just enter a level and return to the level. And it doesn't matter which difficulty you're on as far as I can tell, but I just want to see what the gear and artifact power is at, like, higher level difficulties. In theory, we could run Creeper Woods at level 6, as long as I'm just fast enough to get through everything, but I feel like there would be some stuff that might block my way. So I might look for armor enchantments that have speed attached to them. And then potentially we just boots of swiftness our way through the entire thing. Potentially. Right, anyway, let's go back to default difficulty so we can play Underhalls. Because I have not tried this level yet. I'm going to go in at the power level we're at and then sort my gear out while I'm there. Oh yeah, Cathedral. I can go and do the Cathedral after we've done Underhalls. So let's get back to our main strat setup, which is these three and no weapons. Let's check this place out. I love the library details in these levels. The books being piled up on the floor. I like how even they are like, you know what, just putting torches on the wall isn't enough. They have to have, like, holders. Right, I thought I heard some Vindicators. Oh, there's a Wraith here as well. Good. Just kidding, I hate them. But luckily the Windhorn still slows them down a little bit, so that teleport range is not too bad. Royal Guards are the worst. And Wraiths are not that great either. Yikes. Need to run away a little bit. He's staying just outside the burning range. In your own time, buddy. Yum yum. Love me some apple. Level 56. It's another enchantment point in the bag. I guess we'll need that eventually when I actually have some gear worth enchanting. Correct. I hope there's not too many of those in this level. They're such a pain to deal with. When you don't have ranged attacks and enemies teleport away from you. Very annoying. Alright, that's the first little area done. These guys just knock you back so hard. It's a little bit difficult to deal consistent damage to them with burning. It's not something I'd anticipated when I tried this strategy out for the first time, but we can manage. Actually managed to punch that guy a couple of times. How many things does Nightbot have for everybody? As many as I want to program. Sometimes the mods make them for me. Shouldn't die. You tried it a few minutes ago and it was cheesy. A couple of enchanted things, but simple nonetheless. Cool, okay. And the enchanted stuff only has like a small chance to spawn on lower difficulties as well, so this shouldn't be too bad. There's emeralds up here. I assume there's no like secrets I should be looking out for. There's probably just like an obsidian chest at the end of it or something. Explore the cellar. All right, then I will. Looking forward to lots of stuff spawning. Okay, we need a blue key. Great. Now I know, and there are more wraiths down here. I dislike you intensely. Please go away. Man, two-shot zombies. That's now a thing of the past. Yes. It feels good being back on default difficulty. This is where Bearfist Steve thrives. This is his home. Could really do without these boys setting me on fire, though. If you don't mind. Thank you. So what do we got down here, really? Not seeing much in the way of chests. Oh boy, cave spiders. Great. Poison isn't really that much for threats. They don't do much damage on their own, but would still prefer not to be poisoned by a lot of cave spiders. Yeah, they're doing 2 damage this time. On redstone mines, they only did 1, but then that was because it was a lower difficulty setting, I think. That guy actually poisoned me after his attack animation was done, which I think is cheating. I call hacks. Dim enough to see where the stuff is. Yeah, and if there were chests, then they would show up on the map. I assume once I pick up the key, it's going to pull some BS like it does on the other levels, and a bunch of other mobs are going to spawn, because right now it is very quiet in this level. And I'm just going to straight up assume that the key is, like, basically at the back of the room somewhere. Like a little summoning circle or something on the floor there. What is that? Just a tile design, I guess? Interesting. More wraiths. See, it takes like 3 or 4 passes just to kill one of those guys. That's such a waste of effort. The dungeons have a nether and end dimension like traditional Minecraft. There is a secret you can find, which, spoilers, is a nether portal, but it is broken right now, and there's obviously no way of lighting it because you don't have flint and steel and traditional weapons like that. Again, like, it's spawning a ton of stuff now. Why? I have not found the key. I knew it was going to pull some stuff like this. And I imagine they're saving the nether and the end for, like, DLC updates at some point. The DLC they've announced so far has a winter level and a jungle level. Actually 3 levels, but like a winter area and a jungle area. DLC is downloadable content, which is often shorthand for, like, paid updates, basically. So, like, you pay an extra $5 to get an expansion to the game. Be like an update with only new content and no changes. Well, probably yes. There may end up being, like, some changes as well, but it's not like the game gets significantly patched in its current form. And with Minecraft Dungeons, there would be very little reason to do that, aside from adding, like, new weapons and armor, but the levels themselves are not going to change once they're fixed in place, you know? Oh, there he is. Okay, great. So now we have a checkpoint trap. Let's get rid of you first. Oh, goodness, 2 of them. Just what I want. Alright. Her Jungle Awakens comes out in July. Yes, it's really not long until that, so more stuff that we can try and beat without weapons. Really don't want that Royal Guard coming anywhere near me while I'm this fragile. Amazingly, they don't feel as tough now that I've played in a level on adventure difficulty, but they are still potentially kind of tough, so I would much prefer to have a potion barrier before I try and mess with them. Like how this strategy basically involves me being tough enough to get wailed on a whole bunch. Is that it? No, there's one cave spider, a skeleton over here. There are a bunch of pillagers in the next room. Do I need to worry about them? No, I don't. Okay. Let's worry about them anyway, because they are here, and they are guarding a chest, apparently. Which has a power bow, which is probably not very good, because I'm playing this on difficulty 5, but... 29, yeah, okay. I like collecting the arrow bundles even though I'm not using them, because it keeps everything tidy, and otherwise they show up with a beacon on the map, and I feel like I have left something behind, and I have not. The chest over there, though. Basically the tank class without a weapon. Yes, and with a burning enchantment, which helps. Helps immensely. Didn't mean to drink the Shadow Brew there, but there we go. Now, does stuff start spawning when I pick this up? No, so it's not like the other level was. Unless it starts spawning in the central chamber. Because on the other levels, is it Cacti Canyon that has these? And then High Block Halls does as well. You pick up the key and immediately stuff spawns and tries to take the key off you. Which is kind of a pain. Explore ... Well, I will do that. Forgotten Prison. Ooh, interesting. It's also got some traps. I could see there was some switches there to step on that I will aim not to step on until I have no alternative, like now, when I have no alternative, and it's already been stepped on by this, the Loot Pig. Come here, you swine. You actual literal swine. Thank you. Let's use Shadow Form to take out this guy. Thank goodness for that. Okay. Best use of Shadow Form yet, in my opinion. It's a trap. I am poisoned and I care not. So I guess, yeah, we just have to keep finding keys, keep exploring these areas. And it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of loot chests around, which disappoints me, because I would like emeralds from this. Love that you're using a controller. I think it just makes more sense to me to use a controller. It's more of an arcadey style game where I'd expect to have this kind of movement. And clicking around on the screen in a game like this doesn't really feel intuitive to me. Oh good, an enchanted skeleton. Fast attack, electrified, and regen. Dealing with you as soon as possible. Regen on enemies like this is not great. So we are here. Oh, okay, so this is just the exit. And I assume there is maybe some stuff to be found in these other areas. Is that a gallows? Yikes. Doesn't have, like, the rope on it and stuff, but it is apparently triggering a fight with all of these wraiths. Which does not seem like the best situation for me to be in right now, but here we are. Just got to keep moving around the room, I guess. try to burn me, I burn you right back. Yes, there are. There are a lot. I think the game heard me say I dislike this enemy intensely and decided just to make it more fun for me by spawning all of them. Luckily, they don't melee you at all, so I can just run around bumping into them until some of them start dying. Which is not the most entertaining gameplay in the world, I'm sure, but we did it. We did it anyway. And if I have my potion barrier, I can just tank the damage anyway, so we'll just keep running into them until there are no more left to run into, and then hopefully we get rewarded from that. Thanks for the Shadow Brew, though. Is that an enchanted pillager? Oh dear. You may be my nemesis. With your electrified and your burning and your fast attacks. I'll take the emeralds. It's a burn-off. It is a burn-off. He is doing much more damage to me than I am to him, so he wins. He wins that burn-off. But anyway, those wraiths are fun. And by fun, I mean terrible. And by terrible, I mean terrible. I think I'll just go for the exit at this point. I've seen what I want to see. Leave the Forgotten Halls. All right, then I will. So this is basically putting us back in... What's it place? High Block Halls? Yeah. Where does any of this go? This is actually like the whole layout of the level. So are there maybe just more little fun things like that? Like little extra traps and whatnot? I assume so. But then you leave via this and you get an artifact of some kind. I guess. That room serves no purpose. Yeah. I think it just ties it in with the overall layout of High Block Halls, I guess. Well. That is that. And then we get something fairly underpowered because 36 ain't bad still, but at least we got some emeralds from that. So I need to re-equip all of my high level stuff. And 42 for you. I think that's everything. And then change to adventure difficulty. Load up Creepy Crypt. And then return to camp. Vexer, thank you. Glad you're enjoying the content. And then hopefully we should be able to get a little bit more stuff from the blacksmith, but then I think it's just going to be grinding for emeralds, getting some more loot that way. Maybe beating some of these levels, which I will end up doing off camera. Underhall's kind of underwhelming to me, but I imagine there's probably a little bit more stuff down there. Ooh, exploding crossbow at 42. I'll take it, yes please. And Spelunker armor at 40. 21 burning damage. Oh, that might be our new thing. What else do we have on this? We have... Oh yeah, Potion Barrier is kind of the main one. Snowball might also be good though. Snowball and Burning. If only it had Burning and Surprise Gift, that would be kind of the best. But I think I can get rid of this, which has cooldown and Burning, because I think the Wolf Armor has been okay. The Wolf Armor has been our main thing for a while. Potion Barrier is very good. But Snowball stuns enemies, and if you have it upgraded to level 3, it triggers every second. That's not bad. RIP the Ember Robe. I think I'm going to keep that. Keep that in my inventory. Because, I mean, I don't have Surprise Gift on anything else right now, so I will kind of need to use it still. We also have power level 41 now. Burning Snowballs, right? Yes, Lovable Brogue, I do love this game a lot. I think it's a great concept for another Minecraft title. Right, so we'll unequip these. We are incredibly underleveled for this on Adventure Difficulty 6, and let's find out why. This is the power. the power of this armor. That was not for any XP, but hopefully it will get us some other stuff. Maybe we'll get some good loot from here. We can take on enemies one at a time like this because it will just stun them. And if it triggers every second, then the enemies never recover from stun. The problem is crowds, but the problem has always been crowds in this game. There we go. So as long as we want to walk through the entire level like this, doing 21 damage every half second, and waiting for our artifacts to cool down, drinking a shadow brew occasionally and standing like this, might be able to make it. However, enchanted enemies, obviously going to be a huge problem. Large areas of enemies spawning, going to be a huge problem. Ranged enemies, going to be a huge problem. Wraiths, awful. Disagree with their existence in general. I died. Yeah, doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do this with any kind of reasonable expectation of completing the level. But we can run through it and see if there's... Oh, yeah, there's some stuff like that in this level. Great. Very good. Yeah, it's going to take so long to punch and snowball and burn my way through enemies like this. And then I get pinned down by a spider and killed. This is on difficulty 6 in Adventure, though, and we do not yet have the gauntlets. My concept for this playthrough would be to beat it on default difficulty, and then if we can get gauntlets, which we'll probably do in, like, Cacti Canyon or somewhere, then we can start using those, and that will actually give us a melee weapon that we can do some damage with. But at that point, I think the game might even become too easy under the terms that we currently have it. You don't get a ranged weapon, but you can still do tons of damage with gauntlets, because they're so fast as a weapon. I'm going to try and get myself back into a place where I can equip my gear and then leave the level, because I don't think we're going to make any headway here. There we go. Let's pop all the other stuff back on. Better artifacts. And mace. Level 41. Okay, and let's return to camp. Okay, let's see if we get one more cool thing from the blacksmith. Soul bow, power 35. Not great. Not great, my dudes. I've only got 100 emeralds to my name. We could try Cacti Canyon, if that's potentially the place we end up getting fisticuffs, gauntlets. And I do see them in the gear drops, so let's give it a try. And I reckon after we play through this level, as far as we can get, that's probably where I'll wrap up today's stream. We started early, we'll finish early, but I was trying to leave myself some time to do all of the crazy stuff that I thought was going to take a while to do. Turns out we did it. And I'm so happy that we beat the Arch-Illager today. It's kind of incredible that we were able to get this far at all. But we made it to Adventure difficulty, and I could not be happier. It has been an epic stream. But once again, as I have mentioned elsewhere, probably going back to just streaming Minecraft for the foreseeable future. I feel like once we get gauntlets in this game, it's not going to be, like, quite the impressive feat that playing through just without any weapons of any kind has been. But I've learned a lot about this game. I hope you guys have as well. Barefist Steve's new strategy is just to stun them with snowballs. It's not going to work out for long, let me tell you. The trick is to target whatever's running at you most urgently. And thankfully, if it's a creeper, then they run pretty fast, so... Do I have plans to start a Let's Play of Minecraft Dungeons? No, probably not. Because I feel like Minecraft Dungeons can only really be played a couple of ways, so once somebody's seen one Let's Play, they don't feel the need to seek out a ton of different Let's Plays. which is totally unlike Minecraft, because Minecraft can be played so many different ways that it makes sense to check out lots of different playthroughs, but I don't think my playthrough could offer anything super unique after this, like, challenge run style thing I've been doing. There might be other challenges that I might want to try in future, though. One thing I did think about trying is, like, an introductory thing for challenges like this. That's a 41. Okay, that's not any better than the exploding crossbow power level-wise. As like an introductory challenge to stuff like this, I thought it'd be fun to do a Steve playthrough where you only use weapons and enchantments that are available in vanilla Minecraft. I forgot this is the level where the geomancers are very helpful. So yeah, I'm hoping to get the gauntlets. We can get them from this level. What the heck is that? There was a ghost creeper there for a second that was still attacking it. Oh yeah, having a pet bat also means you deal a bit more damage, which is kind of nice. The snowball enchantment is currently on this with burning, and it's very helpful. Definitely running the gauntlet here, indeed. I think at a certain point I'm going to start getting too overconfident and forgetting I don't have potion barrier on his armor. Hey, Dr. 83, good to see you. Welcome along. Not going to be going for too much longer here, so I won't take up too much of your Tuesday. But the snowball armor is another good strat, actually. Having something that stuns enemies so they can't attack or run at you or cause too much trouble is very handy. It's kind of limited to only doing stuff to one enemy at a time. But then there are other strategies that I think would have worked pretty well for other areas of this game. Like, for example, using the feather accessory. What is this? Light feather to stun groups of enemies. Push them around a bit. Again, Geomancer's being rose every time. He actually set me up like a little... Yeah, there we go. He set me up a little corridor for them there. That's a lot of dudes. Boy, I would love to have a Shadow Brew right now. A Shadow Brew or a Potion Barrier would go down very, very well. In fact, I might swap out to this so I can have a Potion Barrier and just whittle away at them like this. Helps you get rid of groups of enemies at once, but man, they have a lot of health in this difficulty. At least we can throw them into a pit. I'm trying not to do that too much because that's also... Oh gosh, I swapped the wrong accessory there. That's also potentially where we're going to get gauntlets to drop from, is individual enemies, so throwing them into a pit is not going to make a whole lot of sense. The first trailer for Bill and Ted 3 is out. Nice. That is a blast from the past, and I'm sure they are probably using that in their marketing material somewhere. Nice, we got a Shadow Brew. Gonna run on through here and burn the rest of these guys. Keeping the Geomancer stunned is not the best, though. Because he kind of needs to be the one who helps me out with everybody else. The bat is helping. How close am I to beating the game in this challenge? I've already beaten the default difficulty. I'm working on adventure difficulty now. for which I am trying to get myself some bare fist weapons. If we have to fight the skeletal horseman again in this level, I am probably not going to do very well. If you have gloves, your fists aren't bare. I know, but it still makes sense with the whole punching things theme. Which is basically the only weapons I will allow for this playthrough are gauntlets. People have been asking me throughout if I'm going to be using them, and I think they are the only thing I will really allow. Okay, those creepers have electrified. That is not great. Glove fist Steve, yes, basically. Bare fist Steve, death of the mouse. Using a controller, and thankfully you can just hold down the attack button, but yes. Okay, we got that guy. I have 4 health, and now I'm good. See if we can get some of these lads to explode. There we go. That's 1 down. This is the downside of that snowball enchantment. The bat is doing so much work right now. Gauntlets are technically armor. I guess, like, in real-world terms, yes. Not in the game, but yes. Okay, we got 2 of them. Very good. Okay, this is the interesting part, because this lake in the center has a chest, and if that chest contains gauntlets, then we are done here. It probably won't, but if it does, very, very good. Unfortunately, we have this to contend with first. Which I will contend with by running around as fast as possible and snowballing everything. Alright, that went better than I could have hoped. So if I had a Shadow Brew potion, that would be ideal. Shadow Brew and Swiftness, and I could just run in, run out. Hello. No, not you. You. And then... Okay, we got one. I have 2 totems there, apparently. Alright, let's give this a try. Okay, we got a cutlass, never mind. I was hoping we were going to get gauntlets out of that, but no. Okie doke. That's partway done with this. A lot of emeralds over here, a lot of apples. A lot of mobs. Any other chests or anything? Over here? No, apparently not. Good. Which level is this? This is Cacti Canyon. Which is like one of the 3rd or 4th levels I think you can access. If you do them in the right order. It's the one that leads up to Desert Temple. Don't need to worry too much about the rest of these, so we can probably just run around the outside here. There's another chest. Give me gauntlets. No, apparently not. Can leave most of this behind. Supplies. Thank you. Right, time to try and find chests. At this point we have to activate a bunch of beacons. I don't think there are any chests here in default difficulty. And it doesn't look like there are any on adventure difficulty here either. Let's do our best and find out. Ooh, that was a 46 armor. Hello. We'll take a look at that in a second. Nice. Burning and protection. Yes. Also chilling. Emits a blast every 2 seconds that reduces movement and attack speed of nearby enemies. So that's basically the wind horn in an enchantment. We also have some 44s and 47s. Yes, this is very good. 27 damage from burning. Also, 25% melee attack speed and 35% damage reduction. That sounds good to me. Do we want to go with protection or do we want to go with chilling? I feel like chilling means that we could do something other than the wind horn. So I'm going to go with that. And then we can equip some other kind of accessory, like Ironhide Amulet, maybe? Or, I mean, we could bring back Deathcap Mushroom. We could put another Totem of Regeneration. Double Totem it. We could potentially double Totem it. Oh, the slightly faster attack speed is very good. Chill! Taking less damage is also much improved. No, I haven't done any of the secret rune stuff yet, no. Yes, chilling is going to be very good. It's basically constant air horn. And much quicker than air horn can normally activate, which is... That's going to be very good. If I stand underneath these guys... They do explode, they do actually damage me. Yeah, doing like 54 damage to stuff every second with burning is very, very good. Alright, we got to keep those. Again, if this thing had potion barrier, I would be unstoppable. But it does not, so I'm probably going to be stoppable for a little while longer. Just let the creepers do extra damage to them. You can activate both totems at once. That's very, very fun. So much health now as well. Yes. Airhorn pushes them back is the only other thing. I really wish there was something I could do to push them off the cliffs, but now we ain't doing too bad. 497 health. Heck yes. You can get health that goes up into the thousands on later difficulties as well. I'm hoping that if we beat this level, which it is looking like more of a possibility that we do if we have armor like this, we do have to do a couple of, like, checkpoint areas. But then at that point we might be able to... We can scrap that. We might be able to get gauntlets from the blacksmith at that point. Because if you've beaten the level, maybe he starts trading stuff from that level. That is my hunch thus far. Let's find out. Obmum, thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy your day. I don't know if we will need 2 totems. Man, the husks are so slow if you hit them with chilling. The pig! The loot pig! Oh boy, there's an Enderman. I had not reckoned with this. I was not expecting that to be a concern here, but it is. But as is usual with Endermen, they may end up doing more damage to themselves. Environmentally. Pop down both those totems at once to get the extra heals. He's not even teleported yet. Oh, there he goes. I think the chill factor is helping. The chill factor is definitely helping. And a Shadow Brew, even better. Now I can just walk into this guy and he's not going to go anywhere. What other artifacts are there that will help us? Outside of, like, regen totems and stuff here. I haven't seen many of the artifacts that you get in Adventure, because I know there is some stuff that weapons-wise shows up later. I assume artifacts do as well. Take care of these guys too. Man, chilling is absolutely weapons grade. That's such a good advancement to find. And yeah, running around him like that means that he takes a few more swings, because normally he'll teleport more frequently after he's hit you. So he spends longer trying to hit me. Man, imagine this armor with burning, potion barrier, and chilling. What a combo. I feel like we're going to get killed by the swarms of enemies here. I feel like these guys are the main problem. You can still do a little bit of damage to them just by punching. This armor also gives me slightly faster attack speed. Double layer that. Double layer that totem of regen. We're running with the pigs! Oh, nice. I think we got a better wind horn. I know I said I don't really need it now I have this chilling advancement, but if it pushes stuff back further, that's actually a win. Plus, I need artifacts with better power ratings, so we are in good there, I think. Alright, we have a supply chest, and then we have the area in front of the Desert Temple with the keys and stuff. This is going to be hectic and a nightmare. 44! Yes! That is the best artifact I have right now. Is that a piggy bank? It basically is a piggy bank, yes. Excuse me, just got to take care of these enchanters first. Nice. It's really going to be best to clear out the enemies in this area, because otherwise they're going to get in the way when I'm trying to move the keys around. Thank you for that, hosts. Okay, those guys are still doing fair amounts of damage. Not as much as I expected them to be, funnily enough. Running rings around them. Yeah, Husks attack super slow anyway, so you can normally outmaneuver them, but this is comical. Fortunately, the enchanters are very squishy. They are, yes. Turns out a lot of stuff is squishy if you just melt it. Alright, this is the area where we need to fight off a bunch of them at once. The double totem is very good. Oh gosh, there's a Necro Dancer. Who I will do my best to melt. They are slightly less bad when we have burning. But they still potentially do a lot of damage, so I need to be a little more careful than I am being here. Gonna stay out of his radius for a second so I can get some healing done. A lot of stuff is squishy if you melt it. Science! Nailed it. Is there a second wave? I don't think there is. Great. Now we've got to find the gold key, which we will. Can trash the short bow and this. I'm trying to keep all of my best gear, even though I don't equip weapons, but I need to equip them so I can get better stuff from the blacksmith. There's a rune button in here as well. I know. I've seen it. But I won't be able to activate it yet because I haven't unlocked the cathedral. I haven't been there yet, so it will not do anything. That guy is no longer a one-punch in Adventure because I don't do enough damage to pick him up. That's really funny. Excuse me, don't mind me coming through. Thank you. Just going to be around here circling these husks for a second. Making grilled cheese and you missed some? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I just haven't been to that part of the camp yet. I went straight to this level to try and get gauntlets. Has not happened yet. I've not been exploring every corner of the level. I've been trying to get a few chests at least. Could use a melee weapon. Yeah, thanks for that. In a no weapons playthrough, that's a great idea. Good advice. I was also making grilled cheese. That was my strat for the boss fight. Very good. Nice. Not too shabby. Make my way in here, see what's up. Hello, you. Gonna heal up because I need to, and because I can. Stuff is gonna spawn again as soon as we pick up this key, so having less stuff over here to begin with is usually better. And once you pick up the key, it unlocks an area that already has a ton of enemies in it, so... Peter wants grilled cheese with bacon and pepperoni every single day since April. That is effectively a grilled cheese pizza. Alright, now I have to run away, and yep, it's already gone. Anytime an enemy hits you, sometimes they pick up the key as well, which is not great. This is where having cooldown and Boots of Swiftness really helps, because you end up being able to get past all of these guys before they hit you. Didn't really have cooldown there, but somehow still made it. I have done this level quite a lot. Shadow Brew lets me in. This is the problem. Even with Shadow Brews and stuff like that, you end up just getting stuck behind the huge areas of enemies. There's just so many of them in some of these areas. Anything else around here I should look at? Probably not. No, there's definitely some stuff around here I should be looking at. Boy, that's a lot of husks! Yikes! The fact that the necromancers are summoning more is not great. But I'm just going to ignore all of that for a second. Except for you. Do a quick dance around you. Alright. Final area of this level is another checkpoint fight. I always try and roll through those even though I know you can't. But yes, we have TNT, which will be helpful for this area. But not all that helpful, because it still doesn't one-shot these husks. Unfortunately, I cannot one-shot these husks either. But I can do a little bit better. There's a Venn diagram of totems going on here. Let's see if we can get the creepers to blow up the necromancer. Well, they did alright. Yep. It's a lot of dudes. You, sir, are a problem. Luckily, slowing everything down does mean all of the slow enemies following me end up being less of a problem than they were. Man, chilling is so good for this playthrough. It's all about controlling the pace at which combat comes at you. Unfortunately, I am taking a little bit of arrow fire here. I'll be behind this pillar, working on healing. Oh gosh, there's another one. Yeah, this ain't going well for me. It's also not going terribly badly. And this is definitely a section of the game where you're supposed to just be like carving through everything with a glaive or some daggers or whatever. But me, I'm just trying to give them the runaround. Thank you for the apples. I do appreciate the apples. Got to whittle them down little by little and try and get at this guy at the back. He should be at the back because he's tall. Means everybody at the front can see. And I think a lot of these are spawned as part of the other waves as well, so it's going to be less of a concern if the necromancer is just going to spawn more of them. A necromancer and his legions of the damned. Do I have a firework? No, I do not have a bow. Or rather, I do have a bow, but I'm not using it, because the point of this is to beat the game without using weapons. This is something of a challenge playthrough. We're doing okay so far, as long as I can take this guy down. Shout out to my health right now. Nice. This guy is literally surrounding himself with zombies. There we go, we killed him. We also got a bow from that, which I will have to check out, just in case it's got a better power rating. Enchanted artifacts also aren't allowed, so like any soul-based weapons are also not allowed. As a trick bow, I guess. Okay. So far, the most effective strategy I have found is just burning them. Using the burning enchantment. I used to be punching them all the time, and when the enemies have much lower HP, that's a much more viable strategy, but right now, and especially when you're dealing with large groups of enemies, it is not. As you can see, though, we've done pretty well. We have some TNT that is going to be completely ineffective because I've thrown it too far away. Worth having, though, I guess. And apparently that won us the wave, despite the fact that these guys are still here. I think that's probably just leftovers from the Necromancer. So there we go. That is Cacti Canyon. And now, hopefully, the blacksmith should be trading me some cool stuff. We did it.
You found the ancient desert.
If this is the most insane thing you've seen in years, watch me beat the boss without weapons, which was earlier in this stream, so it'll be on the VOD as soon as I wrap up here. Have I come across any shock powder yet? Yes, I didn't find it very good because it has such a short duration. Okay, Corrupted Beacon can get trashed because I don't use those. Trick Bow is fine. We need to equip that, The armor being a 46 is huge. I don't have any better artifacts right now, but our power level being 45 overall is much better than it has been. So let's load up Cacti Canyon on the highest available difficulty. Quit out, and then let's see what the blacksmith will trade us. Should be allowed at least magic. No, the point was to make it like a monk-style playthrough. If you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or any kind of similar RPGs, there are monk-class characters that have basically a bare fist fighting style. I did not get the gauntlets on this playthrough, but I am hopefully going to get one. The Loud Neon with the 4 months. Thank you so much for the 4 months of supports. So now if we go to Cacti Canyon, yeah, artifact power is showing up as high as 59. He's trading me a longbow, which is not quite as good, but he's trading me 46 level gear right now, which is much better. Also this, 6 blocks pushed. It's a better air horn. So I can get rid of this one. 44 bow, 44 sickles. I've still got a 45 sword, so that's not better. We can trash the mace and this as well. Yep. 48 heavy crossbow, that's not bad. I feel like this is also going to be the best armor I will have for a while, so I kind of feel like I should probably get rid of these. The Spelunker armor with Snowball was good, but I feel like it's not going to be as good as the Mercenary armor is going forward. Or whatever this is. Renegade armor, that's it. The upgraded version of Mercenary armor. Okay, and that is it for gear. So, Barefist Steve does not have gauntlets. The quest continues, but I think we are going to call it there, folks, because it has been almost a 4-hour stream. Thank you guys for taking this journey with me. Unbelievable that we managed to beat the Arch Illager and start adventure difficulty, all without using weapons. I am happy as Larry right now, and Larry is a very happy man if you know him. So, I think what we're going to do... Oh, we can raid Tab Twice. Tab Twice is playing Minecraft Dungeons right now as well, so I will keep you guys going with the Minecraft Dungeons hype. I haven't raided Tab for a little while. She's doing super well. She's been on the front page playing Dungeons. She's been streaming it up. Oh, and we have Cat Cam right now as well. How lovely. All right. Well, folks, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so happy that we were able to do this on the stream today. Thank you for joining me for this wild ride. Barefist Steve succeeds. The Arch Illager is no more. And I will see you guys next time for some more Minecraft. We're going to be back to playing regular Minecraft, of course, for the foreseeable future. Thank you guys, as always, for joining me. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.